Here we are now, in the midst of the different woods, away from Elder Want and the stupid devil that was laughing in the distance. I know I'd shot an arrow off on one of the old buildings in Gauss just to see if I'd get any kind of reaction, but I just heard that maniacal, disgusting laughter. And I wanted to be alone for 5 damn minutes. Cillian wouldn't allow that for me, and well, his reaction was to be expected.
We set out from that weird place under the well today, and Cillian found out that Amrita was a werewolf. So it was kind of funny, but I don't really want to say that.
I don't know if Lorelei is trying to be funny. I'm saying that I would hurt someone even as a person, and oh well, that's another problem to address at a different time. I'm getting really tired and exhausted, and I thought we had taken care of that witch. I thought that witch was dead. But the fact that it's still alive, it's not good. I hate to say this, but I might actually need the other's help. The other spirit that is inside my mind. I haven't decided yet. I don't know. I'd rather focus on getting the children out and safe. Very disgusting dealing with dead skin on scarecrows. Didn't see that coming. Very putrid.
We went to the forest. It was dark. It was pretty dark. I don't think anyone else could see much, but it was all right for me. Started lighting it up, but anyway, we started going through, and then we found this super creepy effigy that was made of like people's sewn together skin. I don't know why, but that made me want to vomit. It's disgusting. Anyway, there was a crow on it. I brought a message from the travelers, the Vistani. They seem to be doing okay, and the werewolves too. I can't remember their names right now. Andre said he dreams about me dancing, which is nice, I think. But the others acted weird about it, so I don't get it. But the crow left, and we kept walking through the forest, and we found another one of those effigies, and that one came alive, and I was really scared. We managed to kill it, and it seemed to really not like fire. So the next time I saw one, I got my fire sword out. Except I didn't kill it, another one with it. I killed the plant that was thorny and trying to kill us. Also, I saw Acrio fly. That was weird. But it was impressive seeing a giant metal man in the air.
And I think I'm starting to accept the fact that old eyeball thing on my forehead seems to have some kind of, I don't know if it's life or some kind of sentient consciousness to it, I should say. I wonder if it's somehow, if it can communicate with me. Can it communicate with the wolf? I'm not really sure, but whatever happens now, I can only hope that, if not me, at least someone will make it out of here alive. I was hoping to make it to Silburn, but if I don't, I can only just hope and pray that he forgives me for never making it back to him.
we're in this clearing. There's torches. There's more of these effigies all around. It's just traps too, but we're getting through it pretty easily. I just hope whatever we find at the end of this trail isn't as horrifying as those effigies.
About that.
Don't make that face. Don't make
I was
that
gonna
face.
suck.
You guys have traversed the Summerwald and the various hazards around this Skin Witch's lair. Finally, you've come to a point where you can see a strange reddish yellow glow through some of the trees, very bright.
Over there, that's where I see it, off in the distance. I can't gauge how many feet that is right now, but we're going to have to get closer and maybe look for traps to be on the safe side. More of those effigies.
But what's going to be the marching order for this?
Fucking Acrio, go first.
I'll stay behind Acrio.
Since we're charging in head, since we're charging in head first, I don't think I should head up the very, very back, because I don't know if anything's going to be following us. So yeah. I'll go just in front of Asuriel.
We'll put Cillian.
Yeah, put
in the back.
Asuriel in the back.
No, we'll put Cillian back there.
Oh yeah, okay.
Then close enough to the front, I'm going to have both Acrio and Amrita make. You can make either investigation or survival check, your preference.
Oh.
Ooh, good start. Good start.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind.
It's funny because even with the
Yeah, it
Moving
takes
on.
a nat 20 for him to match you, and you're just like, not even. Don't even worry about it.
The first thing you notice, Amrita, is several of these evergreen trees, as you're approaching the source of this light, have the branches torn off and the bark has been shredded off the side of the trees. Very familiar to you as the pattern of a bear that has been clawing. And judging by the pattern of it, it's exceptionally large.
Is there any footprints in the dirt that she notices other than the torn up branches?
Yes, she would for sure. There are bear paw prints. There are also small humanoid-like prints.
All right.
And Acrio in the very lead, you're the first to see the maw of this cave shining this light as kind of the hillside opens up. It's not exactly an open cave so much as it is a pit that's shining light out of it, and steps that are descending into a stony entrance, next to which you can see in the flicker of this light being produced from it another one of these effigies with the skin face just kind of drooping. But what catches your eye is something hung around the neck. It looks to be a stone at first on a string, and as you're kind of observing, even from a distance, you can quickly realize it is some form of hold stone, a natural occurring stone that has kind of that hole worked into the middle of it, and it is on some kind of leather binding tied around the neck of this scarecrow-like thing.
Fuck yeah!
I don't know what that is.
It's
just a rock.
I know what they are.
Cool.
Sometimes called witch stones and adder stones. Your teaching in the church definitely would associate them with witches.
Oh.
But
Well,
why
good
one
to
is
know.
hanging on the neck of this effigy is anyone's guess at this point.
Should we burn it?
One sec. I need to see what spells I have. I don't have detect magic.
Has Amrita ever learned about something like this at some point, or not really?
I have detect magic, but I've only got a limited bit of magic left.
No, don't use your spell slots. Let's just.
Okay.
I mean, you clerics can cast rituals, so that's up to
We
you.
can,
Yeah,
but
Yeah, but do we want to? That's the thing.
Good question.
fuck it, sure. You know what? No, because the reason I wanted to cast detect magic is to see if it's like fucking an alarm system or something. But if we're gonna spend 10 minutes casting on it, it's gonna see us for 10 minutes. It is what I'm looking for.
I get the
Mhm.
impression it can just see us anyway.
All right, in we go.
The hole in the stone doesn't necessarily seem to be pointed at you. The loop of the leather strap hanging on it is through the hole, and it's just kind of dangling on the neck. It's not pointed any particular direction as far as you can tell.
Oh yeah,
I
but
didn't think that just like the scarecrow itself, like hello. I don't know.
Lorelei is eyeing that stone. It looks cool.
Is it worth a history check or not really? It's more of a magic thing for the clerics.
Amrita,
Which thing?
I don't know that you would have been trained at all in that
All right,
particular sort of thing.
that's all I wanted to know. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right.
My
yeah,
guess is it's just pointing out that this is a witch's den.
Probably.
Probably shouldn't read too much into it. Let's just go kill the witch.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, boy.
If it can see us, maybe the stone is the source of its power that lets it see us, like the actual scarecrow.
I'm walking down
Like a
into
conduit.
the dungeon.
So very
Assume they know we're
particularly,
coming.
like that very first effigy you encountered, this one does not seem to be animate at all. It doesn't attack, or the skin doesn't move in your direction at all. It's completely stationary despite a slight breeze that kind of brushes against it. And yeah, descending into this the stairs, you have this flicker of light. Is anyone taking other light sources or just relying on the ambient light coming out of this area?
Do we want another light source?
It hasn't been 10 minutes. I still have my my flame sword out.
Does that spell specify that it casts light?
I'm guessing there's a glow, but it's definitely a source of light, which is probably not very powerful.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, there are spells that specifically say this thing casts dim light
Sure.
at 10.
I mean, and I would suspect a flame blade does produce
A
some amount of
giant
light.
ball of fire.
Okay, sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10 feet.
Okay, cool.
I have a question. I still have my Crimson Ride up, right? It only goes away if I dismiss it? Or was there a certain... Okay, cool.
And which weapon did you have that on? That was your
I
sword?
had it on... Yeah, I had it on my sword. So my eyes and that should still also be glowing and whatever.
Yep. Pair of flaming swords going to be entering this place. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, they have fun with the light. I'll just shield up.
I don't need it, but I need it for fire.
Hammer
Burn,
drawn.
baby, burn.
Yeah, is the light we have sufficient for us to like be able to see, or do you think we need
Well, there's a fair amount of light shining out of this pit and the stairs coming up from it. You don't know how much of the area inside is lit, but definitely enough that the entryway is easily visible. And Acrio, as you approach and look down, you see the light coming out of here is produced by these rows of candles on either side of a staircase, jagged cut stone, and these candles are set atop human skulls of various sizes. All of them look very, very old, with wax that just kind of drips down onto the old broken teeth and the eye sockets.
That's
And
a
I will
sight.
move you guys to the dungeon.
I can
All
still
right.
always go ahead or side by side. I can see
Oh,
in
there
the
we go.
darker areas or stay where I'm at.
Let's spread out a little bit, but let's not go too far. We don't know what's going to be around any corner here.
You know what? I don't need somebody roaming around in the dark where we can't see them if they get in trouble. So I'll take out my lantern.
Acrio and Amrita taking the lead down these stairs with the others following. The first thing you come to on your right-hand side is a sheer drop-off on the sides of these stairs leading down 50, 60 feet easily. You can see part of the natural cave stonework reaching to the ceiling as the stairs you're on kind of look like they spiral around it down to the area below. There is a small dais with candles and these like flowers of some kind. It's too difficult to see from this distance, lit upon it, and in various places on the floor, illuminated from the flickering candle lights atop these skulls, are red glyphs. You're not sure if it's blood or some kind of red paint. It's bright enough that it's likely painted. If not, it would be very fresh blood. The first is on this landing where the stairs kind of curve and split off in another direction to the left, and seems to be an X with this circle above it, kind of in the shape of a human with arms and legs outstretched. I think Asuriel would be the first to recognize it kind of innately as being an infernal glyph, or not a glyph of warding, but a warning sign, effectively, in the infernal style.
Why does Asuriel know infernal?
She knows infernal things. Because it's not a word exactly,
infernal.
but it's a large, glyph painted on the ground.
We have to be careful. That's a warning.
Hmm.
And you guys can move your tokens as you see fit.
Okay, down the stairs we go. As I slowly lose the lantern anyway.
All right, I'm going to
Acrio.
continue to... Sorry, never mind. Finish what you're saying.
So Acrio and Amrita, both of you, as you're descending, you can see through on your left-hand side, opposite the drop-off, there are these like naturally worn stone crevices in the wall where there's light coming through. They're very small, only less than a foot wide at most places. But peering through, you can see just the edges of what is likely an old sarcophagus. The lid has been shattered and broken off to the side. That's really all you can make out through the slits, but there's something with a light source to the left of these stairs. No movement,
Okay.
however.
Are there any dirt prints so far when we're going down here, or no? For a direction of where the humanoid or bear prints have gone?
There are prints on the upper part of the stairs, but as you descend, it kind of just trails away into a mishmash of foot traffic. And there's not really an indication of any particular direction.
Okay.
This is a lot of cave. Oh, jeez.
The other symbols that we see on the ground, does Asuriel know anything about them, or is it just symbols?
Make an Arcana check. You would recognize them all as having infernal origin, likely demonic. They originate in the hells. None of them strike you as being, arcane traps or anything hazardous, but you get a feeling and a sense of darkness that kind of like radiates out from this entire cavern.
Whoever's down here, they might worship demons. These are all infernal.
Well, if what we've been told is right, they were involved in the rising of a demon, so it tracks.
A devil.
Yeah, a devil, demon, infernal thingy. It tracks.
Imagine being there.
Can I recognize if this looks to, like, this clearly is some kind of tomb. Can I recognize if this is, like, made by regular people, or if this is, like, a not fun made by infernal worshippers tomb?
You have dwarven stone cunning? No. You can make a history check.
I want to make a history check. I'm good with stonework.
Yeah, you are you proficient with mason's tools?
I am.
Then you may make a history check and add your masonry tools proficiency on top of it.
I'm just making big stupid. I don't know.
I mean, you've not studied anything like this, so.
Yeah, I was just thinking if I'd notice anything with the way the dead were buried, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Lorelei, in terms of that, I would say everything in here looks pre-Avacinian.
Okay.
Is the best you can get.
Okay.
Acrio, you can tell that this wasn't exactly hewn with demonic claws or anything like that. This is human work. At first it looks crude, and it is to an extent, but then you realize it's partially just due to age. This place is thousands of years old, easily, and the first thing you suspect is that this was not originally the domain of a witch. She has reclaimed it or taken up residence here, but this was something else before.
Yeah, this was something much bigger than some witch holed up in a hole. Or somebody happened upon a much bigger house than they're deserving of. That much is certain.
So we have to serve them with an eviction notice.
Whatever the case, Acrio's gonna kneel down, standing on the stairs, and I don't know how else people set off traps, but he's gonna toss a rock or take one of the skulls and toss it forward.
The skulls?
I don't know. I was gonna say rock, but this play.
That was
I don't
a
know,
person.
There's a skull right next to me, and that's human. Maybe it'll set off a fucking trap. I don't know.
While he's doing that, is there a way to hear anything in the distance, or maybe by smell there could be something?
Potentially, you can make a perception check with advantage. Acrio, as you're getting to the landing of these stairs, about 20 feet wide and long, it's irregular in shape with this first infernal warding glyph painted on it. You can initially see it's not blood. It is definitely a paint, but it is very old, and you can see where it's been tread upon and worn off over hundreds, if not thousands of years, where the two sets of staircases kind of branch off in either direction. There's a bench with several more skulls with candles kind of glowing around it, and a full dried human skeleton sitting upon it in kind of just a leisurely pose, which is disconcerting. But as you take one of the candle skulls and roll it across the ground where there's the infernal symbol on the ground, nothing happens. The skull kind of rolls at an uneven angle and hits the foot of the skeleton sitting there, which just kind of shifts, rattling slightly but not moving of its own accord.
Got it. All right.
Meanwhile, Amrita, you can smell hints of rot and decay. This cave is fairly wide open and clear. It gets a fair amount of clean air that comes down here, but there's fresher dead things down here somewhere, and you can hear to the south the sound of trickling water. That would be the bottom of the map.
Okay, bottom. So
yes.
North.
Neither of the
way.
staircases. Neither of the staircases seem to lead directly to this sound of water. It would be down the drop off and then, in a thiswardly location. Both of you can see on the landing, the first one, there's a door to your left, as well as another door a little ways down, also to the left, off of these staircases.
Okay. No, I think I'm good now. Yeah, I'll step forward.
I'm guessing there's no specific way to tell where some of the fresh rot smell came from either, because there's so much down here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're not going to be able to tell exactly, I don't think, not with 19. You can see, looking off the edge of the staircase before it spirals around this stone part of the cave, there are 4 wooden table, like planks, what appear to be humanoid bodies wrapped almost in a mummified type position. However, Amrita, with her advanced eyes, can see they appear to be strapped and actually buckled to the tables.
Oh, that's horrifying.
All right, yeah, all 3 of her glowing eyes just are looking around cautiously and just too much old and fresh rot down here. Can't pinpoint where to go, but God.
I'm gonna throw up a quick Eyes of the Grave just and take a cursory glance around.
Mm-hmm. Other than the familiar kind of
other than Cillian.
geists around Cillian, you don't get any anything particular. Does that move through walls, or does it get blocked by walls? Remind me about that.
I'll just post it. Eyes of the Grave. As long as that isn't behind total cover.
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah.
Once Danielle gets
That's
back
concerning.
up,
You asked if it went through walls. Now I'm worried.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Shut up.
all right, I roll to have Amrita open the door. Roll 1d20 plus 300. Do I open the door with a 5 plus 300?
The door itself is not locked, so yeah, a 5 is sufficient to open the door.
I'm not touching that door. You can't make me.
You just said you would. You rolled.
No, I said Amrita opens the door. Oh,
what's happening? I'm sorry. I gave her
nothing new. Just
Acrio would like you to open this door.
Open the fucking door. It might be trapped.
Is it locked?
In an Acrio way.
It is not locked.
Oh.
But it might be super fucking trapped.
I'm gonna check and see if it has a trap.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stand back with my shield.
Have you got thieves' tools upon you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Make a perception check and add your thieves' tools proficiency on top of that.
Hey!
Woo!
Still 24.
Nice. With a natural 20, even though you didn't actually have advantage on that, it's fine. This door is old wood, very soft. The handle isn't even like a turning knob style per se. It's like one of those where you have the handle and a thumb latch that you press down, and then internally that just lifts a latch. This thing is incredibly old. Making a thorough examination, you don't find anything that's been rigged to go off, any wires or evidence of arcane glyphs. It seems like an incredibly ancient door.
All right. She will slowly open it after kind of conducting this overview over it and taking care of it.
The hinges, rusty as they are, screech much more loudly than you would like, especially with your enhanced hearing. But pushing it open, you can see within there are mushrooms and other fungi, kind of these purplish ones, against the walls on either side, and in the center kind of this room, which is dark, but you could get that candle light from the other room shining in. There's the remnants of a campfire sort of situation, little set of ash and wood and that sort of thing that has been burned out long ago. However, you kind of get the smell of just a hint of smoke burned its way into the walls.
Can I use my nat 20 from last session for funky mushrooms on these mushrooms?
Sure, they. Let me double check just to be sure.
Are these mushrooms something that appear as if they would be used for alchemy purposes or something of that nature?
Or mayhaps herbalism. Let's just ransack this cave for crafting materials on our way out.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's just a Skyrim dungeon.
Yeah,
That's-
exactly.
Nothing is poisonous here.
Asuriel,
Sometimes-
getting a look at them, you don't suspect that they're toxic in any way. They are a cave mushroom. The color is a little disconcerting because it is kind of like a dull purple. I think there would be uses in an herbalism type sense, not likely in alchemy, however.
All right.
Cool.
You can probably use these to make potions, but I don't know what.
Don't eat them. I'll look and see what they do later. They might do something very strange.
I'm not gonna eat them. It's eat strange mushrooms in the woods.
All right.
At the far
In the
at the far
caves.
end of this room, there's a small set of stairs that kind of ascends about 5 feet into another sanctum.
All right.
And what is everybody's passive perception, real quick?
Oh dear. Here we
It
go.
is. Whoop, I didn't mean to roll that. I double clicked my sheet to open it. And my mouse just landed on the sanity save.
Mhm.
Disregard the sanity.
Disregard. Passive perception is 14.
Same. Here.
Same.
Fairly certain mine's a 13 or 14. 14.
Hey!
All right. So we all have
Literally
14.
everyone has just enough to recognize that on the north and south ends of this little mushroom covered little area, there is hidden doors in the stone, however apparently not well enough hidden to the untrained eye, perhaps, but all of you are quick to notice perhaps they've been used more often than they should.
Are there any footprints or dirt movement that looks like it's been near those doors?
You can see, I think maybe the thing that tips you off, Amrita, to these doors is that there is very little to no mushroom growth on them. It is natural stone, but either it's been knocked off or moved too much for that to let it grow. You don't see any individual prints, however.
Acrio will try and see if either crack open. Look around the
How
stone wall.
so?
First, just a firm push, and then, if not, start looking for things that might trigger an opening.
Okay. You can make an athletics check, please.
Oh, also, I want to know if they open towards me or away from me, like into wherever these might lead.
It's more like a push to the side situation.
Oh, okay.
It's not like a swing in, it's like you have to get it to slide into the other stone.
Slidey doors, nice.
Okay.
While he's doing
This
that, can I scoop up some mushrooms?
Mm-hmm. Make a nature check, Amrita, while he's doing.
You mean
And
Lorelei?
I get a
Yes,
1d4.
Can I use
And
my
I can
herbalism
bless
proficiency for
myself.
that? Because my nature's arse.
Yeah, sure. Make an intelligence herbalism kit check.
18.
Do you actually have an herbalism kit, or are you just proficient with one?
I have it.
Okay, just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, I have one.
Utilizing the elements from that, you can find some of the largest, most ripe fungus, collecting about 10 GP worth of crafting components for herbalism. Certain recipes only, but theoretically, you can make something out of these.
Mushroomy ones.
Acrio, focusing in with your angelic guidance, it's difficult to get a purchase on this stone. It's slightly wet, so it's hard to get a handhold on anything. But once you do, you can hear this metal on metal grinding, and as you slide the stone into the other bit of the stone wall, you can see on the ground these little tracks where this basically boulder has been, set up on these tracks that allow it to slide into another crevice.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side of which is a staircase that ascends upward, and you can see a flickering light
clap his hand dry from the moisture, wipe it on its cloak. Look to the others. Secret door.
Secret door.
All right, I guess nobody's saying no, so.
What, did you want us to say no? Did you want us to be like, no, that must be dangerous?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like, talk me out of this, please.
I'm going to continue to look for traps, just to be on the safe side if this is a secret door.
Sure. You don't find anything, even with your passive, an advantage on perception. In this area, there doesn't appear to be anything out of... I don't want to say out of the ordinary, because this whole place is out of the ordinary, but subtly hidden to be hazardous, yes.
Does Amrita having advantage on her passive or her perception give her a bonus to her passive?
Yeah, if you have advantage on a skill, it gives you a +5 to your passive.
+5? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Spicy.
So effectively, she has a 19 on things that would allow advantage. At the top of the stairs, there's this atrium and a pile of bones that have this weird, like, orangish shimmer to them, and torches that have been set up on either side of the pile, as well as to your left, you can see now from the other angle, this sarcophagus laid out. Amrita, entering this room, you're hit with the smell of these, what are they called? Arum lilies that have kind of been laid out in front of the sarcophagus.
Has she, I'm guessing she has smelled that kind of flower before?
Mm-hmm.
Is it something that her mentor would have used or told her about?
It's more something you would have smelled at, like, graphs, funerals, that sort of thing.
Lars.
Which takes place and probably desecrates the dead, and yet sets this up and has flowers of what is used at a funeral. Sick.
We have an odd witch on our hands, but
maybe there were people she cared about.
There's a lot of people to care about.
It doesn't excuse what she did in the beginning and what she's doing now.
Definitely not, but I don't know.
Am I supposed to see through this door?
Yeah, so on the opposite wall from the sarcophagus, there's a door, but it's basically swung open.
Okay. Oh, I see something down there. I'll give a quick glance over this pile of bones before I pass by.
There's some kind of strange orangish slime that covers.
Jesus.
Ew.
That's kind of like covering, bubbling out from them.
Ugh.
I see she respected some people more than others. I'm just gonna stay away from that and start moving this way.
Whole place is giving me the creeps.
The first thing you see is up against this wall, there is a pyre of lumber. Well, not exactly lumber, but logs that have been set up in kind of a cone shape around a pillar, and a charred and blackened skeleton that is like bound to it with chains. There's ash over all of these stumps. It's hard to tell what this person was in life, but they seem to have been engulfed in flames and met their end. At the feet of this skeleton, you see lying open one of the Codex Angelicus, kind of the church's form of the Bible, although it's not exactly biblical. It's more prayers for situations, church teachings, warding, superstitions, some think, but basically the same book that Acrio had lent to Lorelei that one instance. There is one of these. It looks fairly old, and sitting in the pages, lying open, is a small silver amulet. It's not Avacynian, but it does appear angelic.
I'll meander on over.
Could the Asuriel try and quickly check whatever the heck this orange slime is.
How so?
I don't know. Arcana.
Don't lick it. Do not lick the slime.
I will not lick the slime. I'm just gonna observe it.
Do a chef thing where you dip
Yeah,
the
like,
thing
get a little tasting spoon.
yeah.
Finally.
So as
some
the others
good
are entering this
goo.
room, and Asuriel gets distracted with this pile of bones.
Uh-oh.
Initially, it just looks like
No.
a shimmer, kind of this orangish shimmer over the surface, kind of glossy amber look to it. As you watch it, you can start to see that it is like oozing down the side very slowly, like maple syrup out of a tree, and there's at times like little bubbles that pop. The source, impossible to tell, and the best you can see is that it is possibly acidic.
She kind of looks like it, and then she goes after the Lord, like, I'm kind of hungry now.
Really? Now?
That stuff looked like maple syrup.
Asuriel, that's disgusting.
But I know.
You didn't eat it, did you?
No, didn't touch it.
Okay. Just making sure. We go back and then Cillian tries it.
yeah, Cillian's like, oh yeah, this is maple syrup.
Oh fuck yeah, maple syrup.
Delicious.
Finally, some good fucking food. Do I see what's down past these path of flowers? I see a statue.
Yes, so leading away from this burned individual up against, there's a back wall, but then a passage that kind of like loops around behind that. However, following this trail of old dried flowers that have been laid out, you can see there's a statue of what appears to be a woman in kind of a flowing robe holding a baby, seems to be nursing, as well as several pews that have been set up, hewn out of stone with these flowers kind of set upon them.
Sorry, Asura's also gonna check out the amulet. Not gonna touch it because she doesn't have a good history with books and caves, but
The books and caves
You're
that never
thinking of
actually
a
happened.
different dimension. However, yeah, if you kind of approach the book laid open with this silver amulet, you can see that it has a similar look to kind of that radiating sun shape that you've seen on Acrio's shield. However, his is then embossed with the symbol of Avacyn over it, which this does not have.
Does the statue appear? Has there been a similar statue like this in some kind of book, or looks like it's historic at all?
It doesn't look like, a Michelangelo or anything like that.
Venus de Milo.
It's okay. It's relatively well made, but it doesn't. The only thing that strikes you, make a history check.
Also, once Asuriel inspects it, I'm gonna close the
Damn.
book and take it with me.
There goes my rolls from here on out, fellas.
It strikes of symbolism of motherhood. That's the best you can get.
Does it have like a plinth underneath it that maybe has like a plaque, some kind of inscription?
I mean, it is on a little plinth, but there's unfortunately no inscription or anything like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, with an 8, that's probably all you're gonna get.
This book doesn't kill me when I take it and the symbol, right? Keep them
Nope.
together. Put it in my
You just kind of close the symbol into the book.
yeah. Or
Okay.
yeah, I'll keep it there for now. Keep it with the book. And this book looks really fucking old, right?
So that is an interesting point. You would notice the book itself doesn't appear exceptionally old, less than 100 years likely.
Okay, so this
prior
is an
to that,
absent book.
prior to that, they weren't even printing books. So yeah, yeah, the holy symbol that's been laid on it is older than the book itself.
Got it.
Is the circle to Amrita's left some kind of pillar, or looks like an entrance?
There is a pillar there. but it's kind of in the corner, so you'd have to go around the corner to see. But yes, the Codex Angelicus, pretty much everyone would know, is printed by the Church of Avacyn, so none of them would predate Avacyn.
Got it. So it's an Avacyn book and a non-Avacyn symbol.
Mm-hmm. This whole shrine and the way it's set up seems to be cobbled together from different pieces from different eras.
Very odd.
And there's
like somebody's just having fun down here, doing what they want.
Interior decorating, but with all random stuff.
Yeah, it's like I've got some 15th century furniture here, some modern furniture over here, some medieval era swords hanging up over there.
It's like when a film tries to do historical accuracy, but they just fuse a bunch of different eras.
Yeah.
Amrita, turning that corner, you can see what appears to be an altar, golden, kind of not tapestry, but cloth laid across it, draping off the sides. 2 braziers that are continuing to burn on either side with this golden light, and a bowl made of bronze sitting on the center of it, and there's something in that bowl.
Does it smell of blood?
No, it's not a liquid, it's a solid object that's in there.
Does it smell of eyeballs?
Neither of those things.
She's going to cautiously look back with her glowing eyes and look up here to investigate what might be inside.
Okay. As you kind of peer over the edge of this bronze bowl, you see what is likely intended to be a knife or a dagger, carved at strange angles with runes of some language that you don't initially recognize, jagged and pointed, likely you would think made of bone.
Oh, that looks so cool! Oh my god!
She will take it out and look it over. I don't know what any of this says, but this dagger appears to be made of some kind of bone, if I had to guess, but I can't read the language on it.
Asuriel's gonna come up, look at that dagger. It wouldn't happen to be infernal, would it?
Before we get to that, Amrita,
Okay.
I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh
shit.
god, it's cursed. Why did the cool
Oh, you asshole!
So beautiful!
Hey, you picked it up.
Ah, I got
I
19.
want one.
So as you pick this up and start to kind of observe it, you initially feel there's some kind of enchantment on it, even without a direct understanding of Arcana per se. You just get that feeling that it would be incredibly powerful. And then that feeling becomes like a longing to use it, to draw blood with it, and you start to have to force out this desire, this effectively demonic possession that is being forced on you from this dagger itself. And you just hear that voice from the eye. It was getting a little crowded in here.
What the hell is this?
It doesn't reply, however, are you saying that aloud?
No. She'll try to say it internally to the eyeball.
Mhm.
And then just throw it back in the brazier.
Yeah. As you were looking at it, Asuriel, you instantly recognize the demonic runes etched into this bone blade.
Do I know what it says?
They're not words exactly. It's more of a ritualistic style runes. You can make an Arcana check related to it.
I will do that. Oh.
The exact purpose is unclear.
It's okay, Amrita?
It's infernal, but
I don't think we should be taking that. I don't know what is wrong with that thing, but it's probably cursed or something. I didn't get good vibes from it.
That's a cool
Good
stuff, cursed.
vibes.
It doesn't look very cool. It looks like it's made of bone.
Okay.
I think it's cool.
Is vibes even a term used in Innistrad? Oh well. It's
Yeah,
too late
that's
now.
why I made fun of it. The vibes are rancid in Innistrad.
Oh, you know what? The energy off of
Alright.
this dagger is not good, so I'd recommend just not picking it back up and messing
Yeah,
with it.
let's leave it where we found it. We should ideally be careful picking anything up in here.
Right. We need to find other secret doors or try to go through the other one.
As my job as one of the only forge clerics in all of Innistrad, is destroying cursed weapons a part of the job description?
I mean, you kind of define the job description.
Alright, my job description, destroying cursed evil weapons.
Don't pick it back up!
I'm not picking it back up. I will take out my blacksmith's tongs, and I will very carefully grab it and drop it into my backpack in like a bag within my backpack, tie up the bag, put it in the bag, close it.
Noted.
Don't touch the dagger. Alright. Gonna bring that back, have it destroyed. Better us find it than somebody else.
True.
Good idea. Now let's try and get to the other door. I don't think we'll find anything else down here.
I will say,
Yeah.
Amrita, you will note as you've traveled down this pathway, the sound of trickling water has basically vanished. You're too far away to even hear that anymore, so that was clearly from elsewhere in this cavernous system.
Got it.
Okay.
So, dead end?
Looks like it.
Here, yeah, and earlier when we came down here, there's a lot of sounds and smells, but all I really heard was the sound of trickling water, but we're far away from that now. I don't think it's really connected with any of the stuff down here, but I guess we'll find out if we end up circling around again.
That'd be somewhere here.
You
I don't want
pass
to go
the
near
pile of
the slime.
oozing bones and the sarcophagus that has been opened and the skeletal woman. Not quite skeletal, you can still tell that there's some dried flesh on her, a bouquet of flowers in her hand and a wreath on her skull. Flowers and candles kind of laid out in front of that. Everybody just going past back into the mushroom room.
The mushroom.
Shush room.
Yeah, that's where the other door was, right?
Shush.
Yeah, I don't know about disturbing piles of bone or
Boner.
dead bodies.
No. Oh my god.
Anyway,
Wow.
as we go past the sarcophagus, can I just cast decompose on the person within it, just to,
Finish it off.
Is that a... Could you post the description of that real quick?
Yeah, it's touch. Just
Uh-oh.
Yep. So you can kind of just...
on
your
the hands where she's holding the
fingertips.
bouquet.
Yeah. The bouquet is like ancient dried flowers. They're so brittle that even as you try to breathe on them, they start to disintegrate. But you see this the skin starts to wither, and these mushrooms similar to the ones that you had just collected start to sprout, and you hear a wail in your head.
Oh,
And
no.
Glisten of light, these weird scintillating colors in the corner of your eye just kind of distract you slightly.
Let's just back away. Oh,
Acrio and
As you-
Rita. Yeah, let's not mess with
As
it.
you start
Let's
to
go.
back away and you look back at the body, you see a woman with this fungus growing off of her and this wail, and she says, "Cursed, trapped, not dead. Let me out. Let me be. Let me live."
Oh my god! She just yelps.
Lorelei, are you okay?
I don't think this person's dead.
But
run back,
What?
look. Hello.
The rest of you continue to see this dried corpse with mushrooms starting to grow out of it.
What the hell are you talking about? There's nothing in here besides the dead.
I went to just accelerate the decomposition and just, you know, return it to the earth or whatever, and it started screaming and saying that it's cursed, it's not dead, she's speaking to me.
What did we just say about not touching anything down here?
Yeah, well, I'm a hypocrite, so all that aside, I think maybe there's like people trapped in here. Give me a minute. She's gonna put her hands over her ears and turn back around to the corpse and try and like talk to her. Like, can you hear me? Hello?
She doesn't answer directly, but you could continue to hear this like low sobbing, weeping sound that just says, "Let me live again. Let me live. I want to live."
Live again? Sus. Just turns back around. I don't know what to do.
Nothing. We keep going.
Keep going, cannot be
Stop
distracted.
touching things.
I
will say, one thing I will say is, Lorelei, when you had done your Eyes of the Grave, you were close enough to this that it did not register as such.
So I can tell it's not undead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You did not get any undead feeling from it.
Oh, no. I really want to help this person, but I don't know how.
We can figure it out after we defeat the witch.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe the curse is with the witch, and once we deal with her, it'll lift, and the people will be fine. Let's go.
Back down the stairs.
All right, where was the other door at on the other side?
Well, first of all, this room, like, there's a secret door that was hidden going north, but there is another set of staircases going up slightly into a larger room with a few more of the mushrooms up against the wall, and you can see very vaguely within there a very dim light.
Does the screaming get quieter as I walk away?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
It kind of fades as you leave the proximity of this corpse, person, thing you don't know.
I get back out of the secret door. I look over my shoulder like, I'm a horrible person.
All right, now can Amrita hear anything where the dim light is, or probably not?
It is eerily quiet.
Damn it. Okay. Then let's just continue forward. If we can come back here, we can.
Make life easy.
Acrio, as your lantern illuminates the rest of this area, you can see a stone slab with 4 bodies laid out on it, what looked to you to be Cathars, long dead, a year or more, which I guess is kind of recent-ish, but they're a year or more dead. Their gear is kind of like laid out with them, but you can see like throats that have been slit, eyes that have been likely gouged out. But they're fairly well rotten and past the point of the stinking decay.
Oh, we're in dry decay stage now.
Well, I won't touch anything, but I'll just stand there looking over the bodies for a hot second.
Okay, as you're approaching, looking at these bodies, within that space, you step forward, and it's like that feeling where you miss the first step of a staircase, where it's like you're fairly certain your foot should land somewhere, but it drops. You feel it fall through what you can only suspect to be an illusion, as you feel a set of like needle-like spikes stab through the bottom of your shoe. And you're gonna take 4 points of piercing damage in your foot.
Oh, you fucking cock-sucking piece of shit. I'm standing all the way back. You're an asshole.
Hey, you're within the range of the illusion.
Fucking piece of shit.
I'm assuming everyone can hear. Yeah.
Slowly
What
pull
kind
my
of-
foot back up.
there was
It's
a yelp.
lot, not a yelp, but a god fucking damn it, or
Avacyn fucking damn it.
Avacyn. Yeah.
Are you okay?
happened?
As he slowly pulls his foot up and he like holds it in the air and pulls the needles out of his boot.
Oh!
Oh, that doesn't look good.
Yep, more
You can-
illusions.
Feel your boot start to fill up with blood. It's like starting to slosh.
Just
You're gonna get
gonna-
trench foot from your own blood.
Yeah, gonna take my boot
Oh.
off, hobble back a little bit, let the blood like
Dump
drain the
blood out.
blood from my boot and like wrap the wound
Mhm.
just so it isn't bleeding
Trickles
all
onto
over.
the stone floor.
Yeah. Oh, delicious, delightful. I love that. All right, so we don't step on anything, don't look at anything, don't touch anything. Just don't do anything, I guess.
I guess we just float
Always good
through
advice when dealing with witches. Just don't do anything.
Just don't do
Mhm.
anything. Fucking
Looks like
fake cathars.
Those didn't feel like an illusion.
Oh,
Those are real
well,
cathars laid out.
Oh, okay. So it's to get another cathar to go up close and then be like, fuck, my foot. And then get their throat slit.
It's like,
think-
you've come to pay respects.
I
Say goodbye to your souls.
fucking
But it's
asshole.
SOLES.
seeing this way was also pointless.
Well,
I can
you
try
know,
and move. I can try and move the stone door.
you're skipping out on something, Amrita. There's definitely something over here.
Oh wait, yeah, never mind. Ignore what I just said. Then I forgot we were coming down here because of a light.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
light, you can
I'm
see
gonna-
there's a doorway. The door itself is rotten and broken, just collapsed kind of in a heap on the ground. Inside, there is this cast iron looking cauldron surrounded with these painted rings on the ground and candles that are dotting the space around it, as well as a bunch of rock and rubble from what looks like a partial collapse of this cavern system.
All right. I'm gonna investigate for more traps after that had happened.
Sure. Approaching, there doesn't appear to be any illusion. You're kind of like sliding your feet along the ground. Nothing comes across as being like unsolid. There's no wires or pressure plates or anything as you're kind of approaching this cauldron. Within there is what would initially appear to be water. However, because you are trained with alchemy supplies, you recognize it. There's that like iridescent kind of rainbow glow on the light from your flaming sword as it glistens across the top of this cauldron, and you recognize that the liquid in here is not water, but in fact a form of acid that can be created with alchemy. Inside, you can quickly see there is a jar that seems to be in no way burned by this acid, sitting in the bottom of it, and there are 2 half gold coins within the jar.
That's bait if I've ever seen it. Wow.
Yeah.
That was bait.
That's
Alchemy jar.
Yeah. Is there a way for her to stare from where she's at to see what the coins look like inside the jar? Because she's not going to pick it up. She's not going to touch it.
Sure. I mean, yeah, you can see that this jar, it's laying sideways. Whatever kind of stopper it's got is also immune to the acid. You can see that there's, well, it's hard to tell, but you suspect there's air within the jar. And 2 coins, they're half golds. They look relatively newly minted. They're not super ancient.
I'm gonna take out my blacksmith tongs, hand them to Amrita.
There's stuff here that has been done. This cauldron here. It's filled with acid. There's no more other
No.
traps, but it looks like water, but it's acid.
I'm not a smart man, but that bottle isn't getting corroded. Now, if you take the bottle and put the acid into the bottle, now you have a bottle of acid for whatever you want to do. I think that might not actually work. I'm not too sure. I don't know how alchemy works.
Yeah, no, I would have to have alchemy supplies, and I don't have like a kit for that.
No, just
That's not how it works.
take
Yeah.
the bottle, put the
Yeah, I
acid
mean, the alchemy
in the
supplies
bottle.
are just dunk that
scoop-
jar back into the.
Yeah. Scoop
That's
it with
like the
tongs.
least. That's like the least of this character's thought process. Is like, yeah, let's collect this.
Well, Acrio
Alright.
did it
I
for
will.
you.
I will use the tongs to retrieve the bottle and just hand the tonged bottle to Acrio.
First, as you're doing that, I need you to roll percentile, please.
Shit!
Oh my
Damn
god,
you guys!
is it
I
gonna
didn't want to
fucking...
get it.
Is it gonna eat
to,
away
like-
your tongue?
That would be great.
That would be so
So-
funny.
Yeah,
Pick some up and they're just like gone.
I'm not listening to you on my investigation check.
as you
Next time, be like,
reach into them, into this, what looks just like water from any normal angle, you can see the smoke and the sizzling coming off of this metal, the pockmarks
That's
starting to
amazing.
form. As you grab the jar, it's hard to get a hold of initially because of the shape and the fact these tongs are not built for it, but you are able to procure that, just drop it on the ground, and as you do, you start to see the end of the tongs where it's touched the acid just withering into nothing as it smokes away,
Yeah.
and they are effectively destroyed for any smithing
That's
purpose.
interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
See,
Acro
what-
is like sitting there, like staring at the tongs, like that is
See,
some
Amrita
strong
shakes this
acid.
like, this is what I
There
just
is-
said and what I talked about. Now let the
Yeah.
let's get to the other stone door now. We play more games like this, it's not going to end well, and those children could die.
There's a incredibly strong acrid smell in the air from this steam. The jar set on the stone, as the acid kind of like washes off of it, just falling off, the stone itself starts to be eaten away.
I don't know, but that bottle is one tough fucking bottle, and I kind of want it.
That acid is incredibly strong acid.
That is incredibly strong acid. If I had silver tongs, I would have used that, but this is amazing.
Asuriel, staying the fuck away from that shit.
Amrita just walks past the two of them, not really caring, just focused on trying to figure out where the children are so they do not die.
All right. While Amrita does that, I'm gonna collect a little bit of acid with the bottle. Scoop.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to move this stone door.
Amrita, you can make an athletics check, and I will have Acrio also roll percentile for this.
All right. See if it just destroys
What
the
percentile
bottle.
of the jar you fill with acid?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. How much? It's
Aw.
about a quarter full.
Okay.
Aw.
Oh,
That's, I
Although,
mean,
like,
what-
it's any more than that, you think you're going to get your fingertips,
put
even
my
your
hand
gauntlets
in it.
into them. Yeah, so
no.
you're able to get a quarter jar worth of this acid.
Yeah, I'll close that up. I'm gonna leave the coins in there. Do those coins disintegrate?
Once you put the acid in, yes, they do.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, just leave it like that because I wanted to see if the coins were special in any way. Because I don't care about two half golds.
It's weird because you can see them sizzle, and the air portion of the jar is just like starts to fill with this steam, and in the acid there's like particles of the half gold that kind of swirl around in it. It doesn't return to completely clear. It's a little murky after that, but everything is broken down to completely useless, almost molecular form.
Look back at Lorelei. That is partially terrifying and also amazing.
If we weren't in a really horrible situation, I would be like, this place is incredible, but this place sucks, but it's also kind of.
Yeah, children, Amrita, opening a door, save
Let's
them.
go.
We're already late enough.
In case
Can
it's
use
not
the witch.
clear, Emery is not able to get purchase on this secret door, and it does not budge for her.
Yeah, she takes out her sword because she's just grits her teeth and just tries to slice at it.
Slicing
Amrita,
at the
don't break your
stone?
sword, please, Amrita. Jesus. Keep
You
your
were
sword
not
intact.
there when the other children died, Acrio. Wasting
I
time on
wasn't.
getting things.
This could be a good weapon to use against her.
Help me open the door then and just quit talking. The sooner we find the children, the better.
All right. Well, you weren't rushed through the forest when we were trying to get through that, so calm down. And I'll walk past Lorelei and motion for Amrita to help me open the door.
Yeah, she will help him.
Okay.
So,
Are you proficient in athletics, Amrita?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then,
Okay.
yeah, Acrio, you can make that with advantage.
all right. So, 12 plus 2d4,
Oh yeah, Stensia.
5.
17.
17, unfortunately, not enough. You can also not
Ooh.
get this one to budge. It's either lodged from the inside or there's some other kind of mechanism that is required to move it. You can kind of feel it shift slightly, but it just goes right back into place as soon as you release any pressure.
Yeah, I think I need.
I don't know that you're going to be able to get through that.
Yeah, not budging. We'll try the other ways.
Can I just have a try? I'm gonna try and see if I can like open it, just see if I can open it just a little bit, and then see if I can get my quarterstaff in there and like, fulcrum on it. I don't care if the quarterstaff breaks. I don't use it anymore.
No,
Sure.
I want to see it get stuck and then like the stone fall back into place and like the rod snap and hit her in the face.
Oh my gosh.
Sure.
Yeah.
I will allow you to make an athletics check.
Okay.
Just gonna cast guidance on her, just in case.
I'm the cool kid. I get the guidance. Never mind.
Hits her in the face.
Yeah, even with Asuriel's guidance, you can't even get it enough as far as Acrio and Amrita had got it to move.
Yeah, worth a shot at least.
All right.
Yeah, let's try another way.
I true strike it. Oh wait, wrong character.
All right, now you said one of these had a door, right? Or you were talking about here earlier where we've already been.
So returning to that landing with the infernal glyph painted on the ground and the skeleton sitting on the bench, there's 2 diverging sets of stairs with the skull candles lining either side. The one to your left, there's another small landing about 5 feet down, and there is a door to your left on that, while the stairs continue kind of curving to the right.
I see another door up here. We can check that.
I will say with your enhanced dark vision, you can see that at the base of the stairs, there are more of these painted glyphs, but there's also another door going to the north.
And there's also another one up there. More of these damned glyphs.
Okay, check the first door, then check the second.
I'm going to see if this door has any traps.
Okay. I will just say you don't have to roll. You will not find any because there are none.
Is it locked?
It is not.
All right. Nah, slowly open this door, I guess.
So the first thing, as soon as you open the door, even a crack, you start to hear a low breathing, very shallow. And peering in, you can see these rough mattresses laid out on the ground and several childlike bodies, not even laying on the mattresses, just strewn out on the floor.
They're alive, or she sees figures, right? I see this.
And you
one.
hear the breathing, yes. Some of them are like huddled up. They all appear mostly unconscious. One of them is just kind of like laid out on her stomach. Again, very shallow breathing, and they don't appear to stir when you open the door.
Does she recognize any of them from a long time ago, or not quite, since it had been some time going through?
Maybe with the keen mind feat, you might be able to.
Yeah.
In this,
You're
they just
so
look like
hesitant to
kids.
go help these kids when you're like, God damn it, we gotta go now.
Well, yes,
Save
but
them.
then just making sure there's no traps and the witch isn't trying to bait us with the kids.
That's how it be.
Avacyn.
It's like the mission seems sketchy when you finally get to what might be the end.
Yes, because I know you
Did we-
take up Isaiah.
Did we ever
Oh,
establish
Avacyn.
where we're going to take these kids if we do save them?
We have no idea.
Because we're days away from anywhere safe.
Hmm.
We can take
They're in
them.
here. Some of
to
them are
Ghost
unconscious.
Ghost is a ghost town.
Yep, they'll be safe
We
in the
take
well.
them to Sharn. Sharn?
Silburn,
Silburn.
you're only 5 minutes to Sharn.
Yeah, with her glowing eyes, Amrita's going to be cautious, but proceed inside.
Again, there's no signs of hazards or anything that's trying to kill you. It is strange that these kids are not laying on the mattresses. You see several of them have like these ragged teddy bears and other dolls, but they're just kind of on the ground. It looks like in the dusty floor they've maybe like rolled around, writhing at some point, ended up where they are now.
All right, I'm gonna lower down and get on one knee and go to the nearest one. It's like, hey, kid, are you all right? You're from Gauss, right? Do you know where the witch is?
You see a bit of movement of the head and the eyes like flickering open, but this child is so far out of it for some reason that cannot reply.
She looks up to see over at the other two. I assume it's the same.
Effectively, you can also see one of them, once you kind of turn the corner, there's a old wooden chair, and one of them is like cuddled up with her knees up to her chin in the chair itself. On the back wall behind her are all these like clay jars.
Hey, can you speak?
No response.
Okay.
I don't like this.
What are the jars? Do they smell like they have acid as well, or there's some kind of thing with them in them?
There's no acidic smell to them. They're clay with cork stoppers on the top. They're not. None of them are open.
Could Asuriel go up to the kid and try and do a medicine check on her to see what's wrong?
Okay, sure.
Okay, we'll give myself guidance on it too, and medicine. God, that's not gonna be helped by guidance. Well then.
Seeing her idea though, I'm proficient in medicine. I know it's. Can I see anything?
I will allow you to help Asuriel.
Okay, yeah.
Give her
I'll help you
advantage
then.
on that.
Roll again.
Double nat one. Aw.
Fuck
Okay,
you.
and you can add your guidance to that. You're not sure if these kids have been drugged or poisoned or what exactly. They're dirty, dusty, having been laying on the floor. They don't seem starved. They're relatively well fed as far as you can tell. No idea how long they've been down here. However, in your examination, something very strange hits you as you're kind of like feeling, kind of like turn one head to the side. You feel something in the mouth. As you pull the lips back, it looks like all of the adult teeth have come in front of the baby teeth, making these jagged rows of uneven teeth in the mouth, sticking out at weird angles.
What is it with Jake and always knowing the freaky shit that gets under my skin? What is it with you? You have like a direct main line into my freak zone, I swear to God! Ugh. Pregnancy teeth, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That's not normal. I don't
What's
know.
she done?
It's hard to tell. Their adult teeth have come in, but their baby teeth are still in. My best guess would be some kind of curse. I don't think any drugs or poisons could do something like this.
No, you're probably right.
Well, now might be a good time for one of those detect magics.
I could cast it quickly if you want.
Save your magic. If we're going to be facing off against that hag, you need it.
We're gonna have to face that hag first before we can get these kids out of here.
Exactly.
What
so
is
save
at
your
the
magic.
back here?
You know, while they're looking around, I'm going to start a detect magic
It looks
ritual.
like it's collapsed here, at least
Son of a
from what
bitch.
my character can see.
I want Jake to tell.
So what you can see, kind of glancing past the mattresses, holding your lantern up, it looks to be bound up corpses in like a mummified state, similar to what you had found within that phase spider's lair. Although while there are webs on it, it looks like it's wrapped in linen, not entirely in web. And they are
Cough on
not
smell.
they're not large human size.
Yeah, I'm going to ritual cast detect magic while
Mhm.
people be snooping.
There is also a door at the far end of the room leading to the north,
Yeah, I'll move past everybody.
and it is partially ajar.
I thought it was a door. Sorry.
Now the
Hey,
jars
yo.
are on the shelf behind the one chick.
Sorry, I had to.
Somebody might want to inspect those jars, see what they are before we move on.
Yeah, they're surely gonna inspect those jars.
So
Mhm.
Lorelei's got.
Opening. I mean, do you open one up or do you just look at the outside?
You're just gonna look at the outside first, then sees nothing, goes to open it.
Pulling the cork out,
God's sake.
with your eyes being able to cut through the darkness, you don't even need the lantern light. As you're looking inside, you see this small white and black ringed worm just wriggling around at the bottom of this jar.
Quickly close that.
Any worm.
Oh, why?
There's a worm in here. I don't like the look of it.
Perhaps a parasite or something. I'm gonna investigate by the door if it's ajar.
Oh, okay.
Or
We're just-
if Acrio was gonna do it. I was just making sure there's no more traps.
I'm gonna drop kick Amrita through the door.
You don't see any
No.
traps on the door.
Go
Footprints?
first, Amrita. Yeah, you go first, Amrita.
Footprints.
In this area, you probably would see some small footprints, childlike size. Some of them are kind of pigeon-toed in their walk.
Pigeon-toed?
She's gonna investigate the bodies as well. How many bodies? I don't think Elder Want gave us an exact number of how many were taken, right?
No, some of these are older than others.
Oh, okay.
However, this does seem to be a repository for ones that are not still alive. Whatever that means.
Oh dear. Alright. I guess I'll go down the cursed tunnel while Lorelei's ritual casting that. I need Amrita as backup.
Yeah. I'm
First of
gonna
all, as you
follow.
push the door open the rest of the way, you just start to hear this hum. Not next to you per se, but down this hall, the sound, just this low buzzing.
Oh dear. Alright.
Could Asuriel try and check specifically for
Stay
parasites in
close,
these
Amrita.
I think you could collect enough information with your medicine check to suspect that that is probably the case. However, it's not under the skin. While you're kind of like making this connection, Asuriel, Lorelei, your detect magic finally flashes, and you see from the inner parts of these childs kind of this radiating black and slightly bluish glow of mana.
Oh no, they've got the Lorelei disease. So it is magical. The witch has probably cursed them or something. To what end, I don't know, but I guess it confirmed what we already knew.
I think it's these worms. Maybe if we can get them to spit them out? Did you sense where they were?
In the
It would be the
centers.
abdominal region.
Yeah, in the centers. So, what you want us to make them? You want us to make them try and throw it up?
I guess so.
I don't know if we can do that when they're unconscious. That might
The-
they might aspirate the vomit and choke to death.
Well, if we hold them the right way,
I'm worried about further hurting these kids. I don't want to just Heimlich maneuver some unconscious children.
Well, whatever the case, they're gonna fucking die or turn evil and try and kill us. So you got like one option here to like Leroy Jenkins or say Sayonara.
Which one's the bad one? Both of those seem like terrible options. All right, give me a hand, Asuriel. He's gonna try and, I don't know, try and get the kids to vomit. I don't know.
Yeah, how exactly would you be accomplishing that?
Can you like do the gag reflex, or does that really not work? I don't know.
I mean, it does work on like regular things. You could try it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, this
You're gonna
is
stick your
so
hand in
fucked
its
up. I
mouth?
hate this. I'm gonna open their mouths.
Oh,
and,
hey,
like,
there
I
is
think
something.
I'll get like a, I don't know, some kind of like. I don't have anything like that can reach the back of their throat, and I definitely don't want to use my dagger because I don't want to stab them. Do I have like anything in my herbalism kit, like a pair of like plant tongs that are like blunt on one end that I could use, maybe?
Plant tongs, just.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Yeah.
you've got a mortar and pestle. You want to shove a pestle down their throat,
Yeah, I'll
or the
do
mortar,
that.
which I forget which is which.
I think the pestle is the grindy one.
Yeah, that's what I. Yeah, I was thinking
I think
the
more-
bowl
The
is
one
the
that
bowl, but I
isn't
could have that
putting the whole
backward.
bowl down their throat.
Acrio and Amrita, and I'm going to say Cillian is with you. As you're approaching, you
Yay.
find these what looks like cells, barred cages with doors. There's no living people inside. However, in this first one you're approaching, you can see there's a corpse up against the wall, and the buzzing sound are bees that seem to have made a hive in the stomach of this corpse.
Oh,
Meanwhile, I need everyone to roll initiative.
Fuck.
why?
Fuck.
Oh shit.
Because I said so, that's why.
Sorry, Robin. Bye. Or bye,
Alright.
Lorelei.
I don't want to make the children vomit. I hate this.
As you're trying to like cause this child to gag, suddenly the eyes open and she like rips her head to the side, pulling that out of her throat, and all of these teeth start to try to snap at your hand.
Oh. Yeah, I'm so glad you didn't put your hand in there. I was like, Lorelei's gonna
So you gotta-
lose her.
Yeah, I wouldn't lose. I don't want to put my hand in there either. Nah.
13 does not hit.
Nah.
One of the others kind of like gets up off the chair, eyes still like not really open, just kind of like drooped shut, but leaps and tries to grab at Asuriel.
We have a light source in here, right? Because I can't see shit.
Or I don't think you guys do. You were kind of just relying on your
Yeah,
My vibes?
My sword's
Yeah.
gone by now.
yeah.
Oh, good.
Oops. Oopsie poopsie.
Actually, yeah, she'll just do this. Not going to do anything. However, the last one, just you start to hear this like mumbling, chanting almost sound as this wave of lethargy kind of like falls over the both of you.
Hey,
Oh.
no.
No.
Sleep spell.
Yep.
That's gonna
Asuriel.
put me to sleep.
Oh no!
Lorelei, you see this kid try to bite at you, you shove her off, and you hear this chanting, and suddenly Asuriel just, like, you see her eyes close, she falls, her head kind of hits the stone floor, and that will be the end of the surprise round.
Alright, Amrita,
Amrita.
kill them all.
Amrita, you hear this, like, yelp and a scuffle, and this childlike mumbling from the past room.
Alright, I'm gonna attempt to go back. Wait, is that really 60 feet? I'm so confused, sorry.
25 to right
Oh.
here.
Oh, 25. Then what was wrong with my thing?
Amrita, as you run back into this room, the light source of Acrio's lantern is not in this area, so everything is a dim light for you. You can still see, but it's difficult.
I'm gonna shoot at the one that's in between the two of them.
Okay.
I'm just seeing this happen. She just feels really horrified and sick to the stomach, but it's just like, oh, may the angels forgive me for what I'm about to do. And she shoots.
I'm going to say it's the hesitation of aiming your bow at a child that you shoot, but there's this quick movement, almost instinctual, as the thing kind of like writhes and tries to like hide under Lorelei's cloak, and your aim was not good enough.
Shit.
Get out, get out.
Acrio! That's all she does and says.
First thing, Cillian rushes back into this room, peering out behind Amrita. Just, what's going on?
Child, bite! Evil, kind of, not quite, not sure.
Asuriel's down.
Ring.
Pull out one of his needles. We sure about this?
There's no other option. Just do it.
Do what you have to do.
All of these are outside of his normal range, though, and he can't move any further. So he will make a needle attack at one of them.
Like, fuck, he doesn't get sneak attack. That would fucking
Just-
kill a child.
I mean, it's enough to kill one of these children regardless, as it just shoots through the neck, and you hear this gargling sound as this kid who was chanting this spell suddenly just like drowns on her own blood.
Oh no.
Cillian does not look pleased with what he's just done.
Mm-hmm.
Understandable, really.
Who would, honestly? I am going to, I'm gonna take my flail and just try and bap the one that's trying to like hide in my cloak. Just give that a whap. No, I don't. Well, maybe. Perhaps.
That is just enough to hit.
Cool.
You almost hit your own ankle, but you hear that metal ball of the flail just hit something solid, and you hear the skull crack as the body falls onto the ground. And I need Lorelei then to make to roll a d100, please.
Oh.
Interesting. Gotcha.
Oh no!
I'm gonna have to make a note of that. Yeah, I'll also have to roll one for Cillian. Yeah, Acrio. Both of your companions have rushed back into this room. There's obviously something bad going down.
I don't know if he heard Amrita yell Acrio at all, but probably not.
Look at the bees. Do the bees look menacing in any way?
Only if you're afraid of bees.
I'm definitely afraid of bees.
Then
I'm gonna
Acrio
be
finds them quite
here.
menacing.
And I'm gonna be like, what the fuck's going on? And I'm not gonna do anything.
Yeah, you see one of these kids like choking on
see-
her own blood on the ground. The other one skid across the floor with the Lorelei with her flail out, and the crack in the side of this kid's head.
Yeah, just like what the
Asuriel
fuck is
seems to be
going on?
completely unconscious on the ground. Not sure exactly what caused that. But yeah, she is unconscious. So this one that had attacked her will attempt to do so again.
Oh fuck! You know, somehow I'm just not surprised. Not at all.
Hey!
Oh, that's
They
better.
do. Okay. That's
Okay, cool.
That's better.
Almost normal damage.
Roll the damage dice twice. Use the higher result. They do 1 piercing, so the higher of 1 and 1 is 1, so you take 1 piercing damage.
You are
Oh
dead.
no!
Oh,
How are you
thank
gonna?
God.
How are you gonna recover?
Oh,
Yeah,
thank God.
I do believe you regain consciousness, however, is the
It's like-
sleep.
Suddenly a kid just fucking bites you and you're like,
Switch to the weapon that has the crimson right. Go over and
seeing Amrita come closer with the weapon, she's gonna say, wait, try and make her spit it out. Don't kill her.
I thought you were unconscious.
I
Oh,
just
she's
woke
The
up.
bite
Oh.
makes her regain consciousness. The pain causes her to shriek, and yeah, she sees you running over with a sword.
Just spit the thing out.
Yeah,
the
you
worm.
don't know what she means by spit it out. The flesh that she just
No.
took out of
Drop it.
Asuriel's arm.
Drop it.
That boy.
All right, I'll just attempt to restrain for now.
Okay. You can make an athletics check to try to grapple, which you do. This kid has continued to like chomp at Asuriel as she's prone on the ground. You grab her, pull her arms behind her back. You can see her. She's still facially doesn't appear fully conscious. Her eyes are not entirely open, but she's moving almost not of her own volition. Yeah, Cillian will ready a needle in case this kid manages to bite anyone else, but allow Lorelei to act first.
I don't know what to do. Even though she knows it's probably not going to work, she's still going to attempt a spare the dying to see if that will work on any of the kids.
Sure. Which one?
The one that she just, the one like the closest one
Okay.
to her, like this one, just to see if it does anything.
Still got a fractured skull, but might be alive.
Okay, I'll take it. Could I use my action to do a medicine check to see if I can stabilize this one as well?
The magic I'll allow, but just regular medicine, no. It's just a kid who's bleeding out.
Okay, fair enough. I don't think there's actually nothing I really want to do, but I will.
You're not going to try to get this other one to regurgitate?
I mean, what am I gonna do? Just jam the pestle down its throat again?
You can try.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, this is just gonna.
Just punch him in the fucking gut.
No, that's mean. This is the worst use of my herbalism kit ever.
Being grappled by Amrita and with Asuriel like trying to hold her back as well. This time you're a little more desperate, and it's still very weird trying to trigger this kid's gag reflex, but with the pestle from your herbalism kit, you are able to trigger that. You start to hear her hacking and quickly you pull back as you see she vomits this partially digested food, as well as this 6-inch black and white ringed worm that just writhes around. As you do that, she just like curls up and like falls unconscious, but not in a deathly like state.
Okay, that's one.
Everything settles down again. Cillian returns his needle to its hidden place.
If you'll still accept it, could I try and do a healing word, cure wounds on her?
Not on the dead one, but the one that Lorelei had hit in the head with a flail. Yes, that one you could.
That one
too.
still has a worm in it, so you might
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
Maybe try
punch
and
it in the
get
gut
that
a
shit
few
out first.
times.
I'll get the pestle again, and
Yeah, Zero will just assist.
yeah,
Okay.
the anti-parasite pestle.
Acrio will run up with his hammer and just smash the worm on the floor, or with his boot,
Okay.
not even with the hammer.
Yeah.
Sure. It still continues to wiggle partially under your boot, but you feel like that's maybe just muscle reflex and spasm as you kind of like grind it into the pool of vomit.
Yeah, just like smear it across the floor until it's just like meat splayed. Make sure there's nothing of
And-
that worm left.
Why?
Lorelei, you can make another medicine check.
Dun, 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 dun,
You have
dun,
to
dun,
describe
dun.
it like that.
Oh,
man.
God.
I'll give her advantage. I'm also proficient in
Oh, by
medicine.
using the help action? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even though Asuriel is like holding her head, which again is still cracked, and trying to angle it, she's just barely breathing, and in her unconscious state like this, she's not got any kind of gag reflex naturally.
Wait, maybe we can tie her up and then try again. I can heal her.
I don't know. Lorelei's just kind of staring, like awkwardly at the head wound that she caused.
Hey, it's okay. We can fix it. And Asuriel with that. First of all, somebody tie up this kid before Asuriel does a cure wounds on her.
I didn't go overboard with the items on this character. I actually don't have rope.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Cillian does have rope. He will offer that and help kind of awkwardly and uncharacteristically quietly help tie up both of these kids, I'll say, because you're not entirely sure how the other one's going to react.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. After she's firmly tied up, we'll cast cure wounds on her.
Laying your hand on the skull, you can feel the bones jutting out under the skin, underneath her hair. But you will see this like low white glow from under the palm, and you can feel it, Asuriel, as the bones start to put themselves back together. She doesn't regain consciousness, but she is healed and not likely to die quickly again.
Okay, she's fine now. We still have a chance to make her spit that thing out.
Okay. Can I try again?
Not with the same method. You'd have to find some other way. Lorelei, your detect magic will last for 10 minutes because you were not damaged or disrupted from that. So you still can focus in and identify the exact location on this kid that it's kind of emanating from.
Okay. Just kind of
want to point that out.
If Lorelei tells me where it is, I'm gonna grab the kid and I'm gonna punch them in the gut and try and kill the worm by crushing it or make them throw it up. I'm just punching them won't kill them, hopefully, I don't think.
Yeah, she'll just like hold her hand over like where it is and just be like, go for like this area and then pull her hand away.
Yeah. Acrio's just gonna go for an uppercut.
Yeah, I'll have you make an athletics check.
Fucking Heimlich maneuver this thing. I'll slap more guidance on that.
You can't slap two guidance on.
Yeah,
no, I've got my own
You already
guidance.
have one.
This is Acrio's form of medical procedures.
It's very uncomfortable for everyone to watch as you kind of prop this kid up and just like reach back with your gauntleted fist, just to kind of have to steel yourself, shut your eyes for a moment and just pound the kid in the stomach, and you feel the flesh reverberating under your fist as she coughs and chokes. She doesn't spit anything up. However, Lorelei, you start to see that black and bluish magic start to flicker and fade.
Oh,
I think
it's gonna bruise.
Yeah, that kid's
that kid is gonna.
That kid's not gonna be able to
bruise in the morning.
Yeah, Amrita, after the other one seems to have gently loosens her grip and tries to put that child down on the ground for a second while Acrio takes care of the other one.
I was gonna look at the jars like, should get rid of those.
Yeah, I'll just start lining them up on the floor and then smashing each one with my hammer.
Okay.
I'll burn them and I'll lift up my sword since the Crimson Right's still going.
Oh yeah, just stick your sword in the jar.
Yeah.
I'll say once they're smashed on the ground and the clay shatters, anything left of these worms that isn't smeared by the blunt end of the hammer, you can kind of use the edge of your sword and burn away the rest of it.
Yeah, I like to
Smells pretty horrid.
I like to think the glow in her eyes sort of just intensifies as she takes the weapon and just slices through them, clearly just so mad at what this hag has done. She has to pay for what she's done.
Should we bring them with us or leave them here?
Probably be in more danger if they're with us, unless there's a way we can keep them blocked in safely.
I might have a solution to that. What is the condition of this door over here?
Pretty old, like the other. It's more solid than that one you had found rotten and broken apart.
Okay.
I mean, it's a door.
I'm gonna walk over. I'm going to mending the door, make it as solid as possible.
Mending doesn't make it regrow wood. Like if there's any splinters, you can kind of put them back and mend them back into place.
Yeah.
It's slightly better, but it's not, doesn't regrow the condition of the wood.
Oh, it doesn't really? Fuck.
No. It's like if you have a broken chain link, you put it together and then it becomes a solid chain link again.
Being sarcastic. Just, as tough as it'll be. And then if it opens in, I will take the chair from over here and block this door for now. If we're going the other way, we can come back and take the chair away if we need to. But yeah, I'll block the door with the chair.
Gotcha.
All right, that's as good as we're gonna get it. We've got a passageway in the back. Nothing more we can do for the kids till we kill this hag.
Yeah.
The 2 living bodies you can lay out on a couple of the mattresses.
The dead one, maybe put it in the back of the room so the other kids don't see it when they wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah, do any of these mattresses have like a blanket on them that we can just like put over the child?
Sure.
That's, just cover them up.
Say a prayer of Avacyn for them. Everybody ready to go after that?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get a move on.
You okay, Asuriel? You just dropped.
Yeah, I just felt really tired all of a sudden, but I'm okay now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'll start making my way up here again with everybody else.
You can all hear the buzzing sound of the beehive. Not growing, but has been built inside this corpse.
Oh, bees.
As you're moving past these jail cells and that incessant droning sound of these bees flying out, some of them land on you. You kind of like swat them away without enticing them to sting. Descending a few stairs, Amrita, you start to hear a laughing, a giggling sound as of children.
Giggling, wait, children's laughter or a hag's laughter?
No, more like children. And make a perception check on top of that, please.
All right, still advantage or regular?
Yes. You can also hear a youthful, but little older than a child's voice, just the way it speaks. Seems like it's reading a story, the way it sounds.
I whisper to the others. I can hear the laughter of more children, but also someone reading them a story. Vaguely. We're getting closer.
Okay. Forward we go.
Are you trying to stealth, or are you just marching forward?
They're gonna see us. They're not gonna miss a giant man in armor.
Is there any way for, if some of us were to try and stealth though, hide close to the shadows, or not really, if it's more of a dungeon-y type situation?
I mean, it's possible if that's what you're trying to do.
I'll say maybe Amrita will try to, at least.
Cillian likely will as well.
Yeah.
Speak for Cillian.
Nope. I'm still sticking with the group, but I'm guessing it's not going to work out.
We're just gonna go right up to them?
We're gonna see what they're doing here.
Okay.
Hopefully they're not infected with more of those parasites.
I'll take the lead.
In this next room, you can start to see candles that have been laid out, not all human skulls, several braziers and candelabras that have been set up. More mattresses. There is this large purple rug with some toys laid out on it, and 3 little children that are playing with them. They seem, again, dirty and like they're in a cave, but one of them is perhaps a little worse off than the others. Blotches of green and purple bruises on her arms. Part of the hair on one side is like starting to fall out, golem style. And you can see just in a cursory observation as they're kind of playing, she seems to bully the other 2. I'm going to say the other 2 are boys. Seems to be the leader of this group, and they all kind of defer to her. And she quickly looks up, noticing you all approach, except for Cillian. Who are you? You're not supposed to be down here. And the 2 boys kind of like shrink back and grab their toys.
We've come to help you. That's why we're here.
As you say that, there's another voice. Amrita, the reading stops, and you hear an older girl from around the right-hand side. Who is it? Who's down here? The first child that had spoken looks over. She said, "They're not supposed to be down here."
Hey. There's no need to get frustrated. It's okay. We're not here to hurt you. It's okay.
We were sent by someone that's still in a village nearby for help. Do you have a name?
The child with the hair that's starting to fall out just crosses her arms, but you see step around the corner. Likely a teenager, kind of auburn hair, wearing a dress and a straw hat that's kind of been painted blue, holding this little broomstick, peers around the corner and says, do you mean from Ghost?
Yes,
Yes.
Elder Want is the one who sent us here.
The Elder Want? I thought he was dead. I thought everyone had died.
No, he still very much lives, and
He's the one that sent us.
other children, for I was there in the beginning when it all happened. The rest of them made it out all right. They're in Korsava.
Oh, I didn't know that. Why are you here? Why did he send you?
Because he said someone had taken more people from the village.
Well, I mean, these were all rescued.
Do you believe that? Or is that what she has put in your head?
Who?
The witch.
Does it look like she's lying, or she is really naive about this?
Make an insight check. She seems fairly genuine. When you mention a witch, she recoils slightly and says, No, she's not trying to hurt anyone. We saved these other children. She saved me.
Her?
Saved
the
them
children
from what,
everywhere?
exactly?
The devil, the thing that killed everyone in town.
No, you are naive. You are very naive. Or she's lied to you very well. I was there. I think she was dead.
Amrita.
No, she needs to know the truth about this. She's tricking you. I don't know why.
What are you talking about?
There are symbols of demons everywhere in this cave.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Where are we right now?
It's a cave, an old cavernous system of I don't really know the history of it. It's Mother Lashira's domain. She's made a home here for us. We're safe here.
You're not safe.
You're in terrible danger, and if you stay here longer, she will take advantage of you and hurt you.
What are you talking about? We're all safe. We're all fed and cared for. We're doing what we can. The danger's out there. The devil. They call it Reaverax. It's still out there.
Well, there's a seed of truth in that, but do you know what's happening to some of the kids here?
What do you mean?
We found some in not very good condition. I don't think this Mother Lashira, you said, is being entirely truthful to you when she says she's keeping you safe. She might be keeping you safe, but maybe not some others.
Some of them have gotten sick, but it's not. They need to get better.
They were sick because they were fed worms that took over their minds.
Ew, it's disgusting.
Parasites feeding on the inside, causing them to attack. Who knows? Do you really want that life for them? If you want to save any of these other children and yourself?
I don't know how they would have gotten worms. That's gross.
It is, but unfortunately, that's what we found.
Make a
Please come
persuasion
with
check.
us.
Which of us?
Both.
Okay.
I like how there are two completely different avenues here. Like, Amrita's trying to like scare them into believing them, and Lorelai's like, no, it's okay. And Amrita's like, everybody's dead, god damn it, and you're not safe here.
Well, yeah, like, could you imagine starting from that to here, and she's witnessed all of this? Like, it's like
Good
kind
cop.
of
This is good cop, bad cop right now.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem inclined to follow Asuriel. However, Lorelei, you see a bit of a tremble in her hand as she grips this little broom that she's holding. It says, I don't know what you're talking about. Mother Lashira's taking care of us.
That might be what she's telling you, but sometimes people aren't always honest.
She's trying to teach me so I can stay safe, so I can help everyone else.
You're the apprentice.
How do I know that you're not the liars? How do I know you didn't do all that?
Lorelai's gonna step a little closer, and she's gonna just like show her, like pull forward her brooch with the symbol of Avacyn on it. You don't have to believe me. Really, you don't. But I think you're stronger than you know. You don't have to listen to what she's telling you. You can follow what your heart tells you.
I don't know anything about that. Look at your symbol. I don't know you. I know Lashira.
Well, my name's Lorelei. Now you know me a bit.
I think you should leave, Lorelei.
I don't think I should.
You don't
You're all
belong
clearly in danger
here.
If you know of Galst and Elder Want, do you recall two people there? Lily Lund and Melina.
I don't think so. I didn't know a lot of people. The kids at school. My grandfather was the innkeeper.
Look, several people in that town, they all lived well lives, I'm sure, but
Not anymore.
think of it. Would you want any more legacy up there to die? Or to bring it down here and allow this woman to keep you in the dark forever? To never see the light of day again? To never be able to go amongst with people? I don't think it is.
Down here is
Probably
safe.
wrong.
Maybe someday, when the devil's gone.
There's a woman outside. She told us that we may find someone like you, someone being taught by a witch. She asked us to send her to you. She can teach you how to protect people, but this witch who's teaching you, she's doing terrible things. She will do terrible things to these children.
Make a persuasion check. You see her kind of like shrinking back behind the corner a little bit and just shaking her head. She doesn't seem to want to believe anything you're saying. Just I don't know who that woman is. I don't want to go. You should all go.
Please, if
I
you don't
know-
believe us,
Okay. Everybody, please, just where is she? Where's the mother Lashira? Just let us talk to her.
Seeing your uniform and everything you're wearing, I think she's going to
Be
turn
terrified.
heel and run. And as she like gets to this point, you see that she speaks quickly and then just poofs into
Damn
like
it!
this mist. The other children all kind of like start to freak out.
Damn it, she was listening to me.
We were running in circles with her. We find the witch, we kill the witch. Whatever's going on is solved.
Lorelei's gonna move a little closer to these kids and just be like, all of you stay here, okay? Don't go anywhere, just stay where you are. You're gonna be okay.
The girl, the leader one, is just like, what did you do to Myra? You're not our mom. You can't tell us what to do.
Kiss your mother with that mouth.
She'll smile and you see all these like rows of teeth.
Ugh,
oh,
Don't
Shit.
poke
Yeah.
the bear, literally.
I got them too.
Yeah, I'm just moving. Yeah, get out of my way, kid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going this way. Let's go. We'll fix the kids later. We've got a witch to kill.
You can see down this area where Myra had been reading, chair that's been set up, and these other kids are kind of like hiding behind it. There are several books laid out on the ground, and behind them are a bunch of these corpses stacked up, wrapped in linens.
Child-sized?
Varying.
All right, we got a witch to kill.
Yeah.
maybe
I
should
hope whatever hold she has over these kids can break as soon as we break her.
maybe we should ask Elder Wand to come with us next time we like this. He can persuade the kids to come with him. They
Well,
won't come with
fa-
us.
They're
Next
not
time
going to leave
when?
the cave.
I don't
We're
know.
going to kill the witch.
Let's look for traps along the way just to be safe.
Yeah, Amrita side by side with me.
Yep.
Is Cillian just sneaking through the throng of kids?
Sure.
It's like, wait, how the
like
fuck did he get on
sidling
that
along
side?
the wall.
Yeah, he disappeared into the shadows and is probably distracted by phantoms and undead. Sucks to suck, Cillian.
Too many bugs.
You follow this tunnel where you had seen Myra begin to run down, and you start to hear Amrita somewhere off, like in the distance, footsteps running, kind of echoing down the tunnel further away, but you can't see anything. You don't pick up signs of any kind of like traps on these stairs as they kind of descend. However, there's this small room with a table set up. You can see there's a pig that's been like roasted. It's mostly eaten. It's mostly just the bones, but it is relatively fresh. However, at this table set up, there are two of the chairs have these skeletons set in them, kind of in this grisly display of somebody like mimicking actual eating.
As we move past, Lorelei's just gonna like look at the roast pig, just kind of like longingly. She's hungry.
Take a little bite
like-
as a treat.
It's
like,
cold, but it's still somewhat fresh.
Do I see Amrita hearing something? Like, does she like turn her head in the
Ears
direction?
perk up.
Yeah, does she,
I mean,
do her ears
It's
perk up
further
when she's like,
down
I'm gonna
the
fucking kill
tunnel
you
that you're
guys.
going, so
I'm a more precise hunter, all right?
All right,
Yeah.
well, the precise hunter should chase the sound, and we'll all follow.
She's kind of just like down on the ground too, like investigating for traps.
While
At
they're
the
in-
same
while they're
time, her eyes
investigating,
are
Lorelei-
still are glowing and everything. It's like quickly down the hall. There's more steps and sounds, but I can't really find anything else.
Doesn't matter. We have to catch her up to her. She's gonna get to that witch before we do.
Probably.
the sounds of footsteps rushing away, the echoes fade fairly quickly. In this next room, you find a large rug, nice plush chair set up, a couple candelabras, and this bed set up in the center, nightstands on a couple sides. It's weirdly out of place for the crumbling rubble of a cave stalactites and such growing around the corners. It's like you had taken a child's room and just ported it into an underground cavern system. It's fairly comfortable
Puts a bed
looking.
in the center of a room.
Spectacular.
You can make investigation checks.
All right.
Just a quick one as I'm running to the end of the room, so I'll do it
Wow.
at disadvantage because I'm not really looking.
Mine sucked.
Just Agrio's just running through the room to the other end.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just also
You don't really.
distracted.
I mean, you catch some clothing. Not really much of anything else with two natural ones. At the end of the room, there is a door built into kind of the stonework.
All right, is it locked?
It is locked,
through the
but
door.
from your side, so the way to unlock it is on your side.
Okay. I guess there's no way to find out if it's trapped or it's different if you're investigating a whole room versus a door, right?
Just kick it open.
Sure, I mean, very quick cursory glance, don't see anything. You can unlock the door and move on.
All right, let's go.
You can see there's a little enclave to your left as you're kind of like running through. There's what was a statue. It's kind of like broken
Fuck
and
is
collapsed.
this? All right, I am trying to. Wow.
Run.
Continuing down
Run.
this corridor, you still can't hear the sounds of any footsteps anymore. However, you start to see laying out on the ground in here, there's papers.
Oh dear.
Gonna take a quick look at those.
Grab one of them, kind of turn it over, look. You see like a crayon
papers?
child's drawing. You see like it's done in like pink crayon type wax, vaguely female shape with like frizzy hair out to the sides, because you know how kids do crayons, and like this incredibly wide sharp-toothed smile.
Ooh, wait a
You gotta
second.
say you can tell a lot about children's drawings. I think this tells us all we need to know.
All right. Do
All
we
right.
see any light glimmering somewhere
No,
besides
there
Acrio's?
is. It is
No.
complete darkness besides Acrio, and there is a door at the end of this corridor.
Oh, I'm
which
the
is-
only light source now?
Amrita's flaming sword gives off a little bit, but it's only like 5-foot dim light around her. Down this hallway, there's no candles or lanterns of any kind other than what you're bringing, and there is a door at the base of this area.
I'll run up and kick the door down. We're going for it, ladies and
All
gentlemen.
right, we're going for
Yep, let's go. Come
Okay.
on.
No
This
slow
will, be
things.
the, this will be the one door that's trapped.
If it
Yeah,
is,
this whole time.
if it is.
Make an athletics check.
All right.
I'm about to say make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
You just fucking
Oh, wait, I can
shatters
do
against
another
it.
1d4. There. Hey! 11.
Yeah, it's weak enough that you hit it and you break it, but it's not fully open, and you like feel like you almost dislocated your shoulder, but you can like, oh, okay. You can like shove through the rest of the
Yeah,
broken wood.
nothing happened here. I go through the door.
No one saw anything.
yeah,
Like, we
just
all saw that.
rolling the shoulder as I walk
Yes.
through the door.
You're right there?
Nope, I'm fine. Didn't even feel it.
Uh-huh.
This area you find is more like stone walls, not in the cave system style. It's something that's been built again with the human hands, like you had encountered in the first part of this cave before venturing
Got
into
it.
more of the natural caverns. There are 3 sarcophagi laid out, candles burning in the corners. You can see from the edges and the corners of some of these sarcophagus lids that same orangish ooze just starting to like bubble out of the edges.
Oh,
Not
like
that
that.
shit again.
Oh,
All right,
jeez.
everybody, time to watch your cleric die. I'm gonna.
Oops, sorry, Lorelei.
Wait, which one?
Hopefully.
Hold on,
Neither.
hold on. Eyes of the grave before you walk any further, mister.
There is nothing undead that you can sense in this room.
Okay.
All right, I'm
Nothing
gonna look for traps as we're quickly getting through here to get to this other side.
This does not appear to be a trapped room. It's different than what you've seen from the rest of kind of the witches' domain. This is older and seems almost, other than the fact that the candles in the corners are still lit, it seems mostly untouched. I will have you make a survival check for this.
Damn.
Are they,
All
are
right.
they skeletons or like the other body where it's like kind of Draugr-ish, still flesh on it?
I guess we're gonna find
This,
out.
These are closed, aren't
the
they?
way the map looks, it looks like skeletons, but that's actually like a carved stone skeleton on the top of the
Okay.
sarcophagus, like you would do a
Okay.
person.
Yeah.
But these are a skeleton made of stone.
Got
It's
it.
just part of the lid.
Cool. Yeah, we're not
Amrita,
cracking
you
those
would
cold
see,
boys open.
other than the lights, like I said, there's no indication that people have really done anything with this room. However, you find a couple bare paw prints, very large, in the dusty floor, leading north and south through this room.
This? Oh, north and south. So here.
Yeah, back and forth through the room from the two tunnels. You do not, however, find any child size, like, or teenage shoe prints in this area.
Well, it doesn't look like that woman came this way, but the bear prints, yes.
Well, we're gonna
Kind of
find
looked like she
something.
disappeared.
She did.
We'll worry about that later.
Up to this door.
Mhm.
Amrita, do the honors.
Yeah.
Yep, you can make a
Alright.
thieves' tools check. It is luck, but very crude and rudimental style.
Mm-hmm.
It's not difficult per se. Yeah, very easily you can get the latch to lift up and open.
Doesn't even take her thieves' tools. She just jams her sword in there and then like jiggles it a bit, and then the door opens.
Yeah.
You did like the side of the door like a credit card.
Yeah.
All right.
In this area, you find a large open room, lots of more natural cave shapes, parts of the stone that attach like pillars from the floor to the ceiling. The floor is strewn about with bones of animal, primarily, rib cages of something rather large, and there is this strange black, almost tar-like substance on the floor that you can see kind of shine back at you in the lantern firelight.
Oh, I don't like that. And it's just all over the floor. Like, am I stepping in it now?
Not quite yet, but yeah, everywhere, pretty much everywhere in here.
Does it sound like there's any
Poke it with
movement?
my hammer first.
Mm.
See if it does anything. I don't like
Cool.
black tar on the floor.
As you start to get your hammer close to this tar-like substance, you see it like spread out away from the stone floor before you can touch it, but then it kind of like recongeals and makes the same shape as that part of your hammer and mirrors the same image. As you're getting closer, it gets closer to you,
Oh, that's weird.
and
Like magnetic.
then it
cutscene.
like starts to form this almost like human-like shape that looks like you with the same helmet on.
Oh shit!
And you never want to roll initiative.
No!
Now we have to
Oh.
fight Acrio!
No!
As
That
Acrio
was-
versus Acrio.
Luckily, it can't cast Scorching Ray until it can. I don't like that look on your face, Jake.
Cillian doesn't really know what's going on because he's way too far behind, so I'm going to say Amrita's the first to react to this weird black ooze that starts to like mimic the things around it. And it kind of like, at first it was kind of, as you were going to poke it, it just kind of made that same shape of your hammer to mirror it. But then when it forms itself like Acrio, it wields the hammer up in a menacing pose. You would judge its posture to be threatening.
All right, so I'm close enough then to swipe at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
roll
Oh,
20.
guys!
Nice.
What I
Very
got.
powerful opening. Roll another d20, Amrita. Well, let's say that's on the fire for reasons. Don't roll your damage dice. Instead, use the maximum result possible with those dice. So,
Ooh.
what your Crimson Right's a d4,
Yes.
a maximum of 4. However, as you slice through this Acrio, your blade, you see the fire catches on this weird tar-like substance, and it splits in half. The sword doesn't seem to have really done much other than now you see 2 smaller Acrios, and there are 2 of them split in half.
Do not talk to
What?
me or my son ever again.
Oh,
Wait, fuck.
Oh, God,
okay.
the fire did something, but now there are two of these weird shapes, and one of them starts to morph, and it starts to look like Amrita with a sword.
Oh shit!
Is the smaller Amrita now like normal sized?
Yeah, it was this. It had started out in like a large ooze. Now both of them are kind of like regular human size.
A giant Acrio.
Oh gosh. Oh, this is bad news, bears. I don't like being where I am right now, so I'm just gonna shim sham, scooch myself up against the wall. Sorry, Acrio.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Joke's on you. You're not the only one that can copy Acrio. I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on it.
Okay, which one?
This one.
They are not very
8!
quick to move.
Hey.
Nice.
This
Yes,
feels very
Sacred
strange.
Flame does quite a bit to this as angelic radiance burns away at this black ooze. Anything else?
Acrio's like, wait, did I cast that?
I was like reaching from behind him. It's like, is that my hand? I don't have a bonus action here. I'm just gonna stay here.
I'll just smash this one with Hammer. Lantern on the ground, dropping that.
Okay. And then pick up equip hammer.
Equip hammer.
Ooh.
That will hit yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Bludgeoning seems to like tear through this thing. Does not resist it at all.
The firebolt, bruh.
Little mote of fire hits this ooze. It burns and smokes slightly, but then you see the fire just kind of get absorbed into the ooze.
It like
How
spicy
far?
food.
Okay, just 15 feet, then she's gonna hide. Hello?
Each of these two black, faceless ooze duplicates are going to try to use their fake weapons against their own duplicates. The hammer kind of like swings through the air, but it's like gloop, and it like reaches out and slams into Acrio, or at least attempts to. And the sword, it's like, it almost acts more like a whip, as both of them will make sauropod attacks at Acrio.
It's like
and
all
Amrita.
our weapons, but like slightly more comical, where they like woo woo.
Both able to block with a shield and parry with your real sword these sauropod attacks.
Sort of pod.
Yeah, Cillian is going to
Pseudopod.
yeah, pseudopod.
I thought you said sword pod. I was very confused.
Do a big needle at the Amrita one.
Tasty.
Murder damage.
Yes, 11 points of murder damage, as they do not resist piercing.
I will slice the one in front of me again.
You cut through it again. The fire burns slightly, and again, this thing is split in half, reforming itself into two individual shapes.
All right, I'm gonna have to dispel my flame at some point. Shit.
The flame's not the problem.
Oh. What?
Yeah,
It's
it's
the slashing.
It's the slashing.
Oh, well then.
Yeah,
I'm
being
useless.
cut. It's being cut in half.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I misread that description earlier.
Hey,
Then.
now they're tiny and much easier to kill, probably.
Wait, does it split into two Amritas now? Are there two little Amritas?
Two tiny baby
There
Amritas.
are.
She's getting killed.
Okay.
Murder more children babies. Murder the Amrita babies.
Shut up! Stop saying words! Who gave you the talking stick? I'm gonna toll the dead.
Not very wise.
Never
Or maybe
mind.
it is. Does not necrosis at all.
Damn it! Acrio, why is your clone so good at resisting my spells? I'm blaming you for this.
Maybe you should cast more Sacred Flame. That seemed to work.
I wanted to do something else, but
Oh,
okay.
Seems like the power of Avacyn is a bit stronger.
Don't get so high and mighty about this now!
Acrio is up.
I'll attack this smaller one right here.
It's very close to being demolished, like that close, but not quite. Just it's not even shaped like Amrita anymore. It almost turns like into just a puddle under your hammer.
But pursue.
Which one?
Shoe on the fire.
Nearest guy, big boy.
The one that's still a medium? Alright, that will hit.
Nice, please, sir. Oh, thank God. And then back behind Lorelei / Acrio again.
Lorelei just
Okay.
watching Asuriel dart back and forth in front of her, like, what are you doing?
Alright.
Try not to die.
And then
So-
slime comes up behind.
Yeah, the one is going to, like, ooze its way underneath, kind of like
No.
underneath Acrio's feet, kind of like squirming around his legs, going for the one that just shot it with fire. Acrio, as you're looking down, momentarily distracted by that, the other one that's a puddle used another pseudopod and will have flanking against you. And the
Oh,
last
shit.
one will go against, again, Amrita.
Alright,
So,
I have resistance.
2 bludgeoning, slash, and piercing, yes. So, Asuriel.
Lorelei, I tried.
Bye.
Acrio. Yeah, even with flanking, that's not going to do anything.
Bruh.
And Amrita.
Really? Really?
Oh god.
I shouldn't laugh. That's so
Good
bad.
God.
Oh man, so sorry that happened.
I shouldn't
to
laugh, but this
you.
is the funniest
The-
fucking thing.
Melee combatants able to batter back these black oozing pseudopods, lashing out at them. The one that had ducked under Acrio's legs, hitting Asuriel right in the gullet. You're going to take 4 bludgeoning and 15 points of acid damage.
I am at 1 HP.
Fortunately, you're not wearing any armor, so you take no armor penalty. But yeah, that is a thing that happens.
Oh, fuck.
Cillian doesn't like that at all.
No! Get away from my armor!
Cillian does not
Bruh.
like that at all, so he's going to attempt another needle at the one that attacked Asuriel.
Kill it!
Boom.
Kill it!
Yeah,
Murder.
My armor.
that is just enough to destroy this
Oh,
first ooze. As Amrita, you're up.
This time I'm going to stomp on one of these things with my boot.
Okay. Going for the puddle one that's already almost mostly
Yeah, I'll
demolished.
go for the puddle one. I think that was actually on the right or her left,
It's
technically. My
closer.
right.
Yeah.
All right. Yes.
stage right.
Sure.
What do
camera
I
right.
do for that? Do I just?
This would be an unarmed strike, so it's strength plus proficiency. And then what is your strength score? It's modifier +1.
13.
Modify.
So
No.
+1.
Oh.
2. 2 points is enough to destroy this with Amrita's boot, just kicking it into the ground until it splays out in a puddle that's. You can feel that, or you can kind of hear that sizzling acid on your boot, but it's not. You're quick enough stomping it that it doesn't cause any permanent harm.
Oh, damn it. Disgusting.
I'm going to Sacred Flame on this last tiny friend.
Told ya.
Shut up.
Burned away.
Uh-huh.
Again, it's this one. It's not quite destroyed, but more so than the necrotic damage had done with this beam of radiance.
Mm-hmm. I'm not looking at Acrio. I'm not looking at him.
Not
Not
looking
looking
at
at
him
him.
take his turn right now.
I'm gonna move into flanking
Mm-hmm.
and then smash.
Lemma smash.
Good. It had 8 hit points left.
Hey!
Oh!
Now it has 0.
Right on the money.
Smash down into the ground, stone on stone thunk, as the weird black pudding ceases to move of its own volition.
Oh.
Asuriel looks incredibly worse for wear.
Yeah, I'm gonna hurry up to her. Asuriel, are you good?
Ow.
Shit.
Gonna live, I think. Actually, she's gonna slap a cure wounds on herself.
Okay, wait.
Asuriel slaps herself in the ass.
Actually, no, I don't have a spell for you. Yeah, just heal yourself.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Damn it.
Still bleeding internally and out of these acid burns, but better than 1 HP.
There
How
it
many
was.
slots do I have?
You can see the bones in this room are all pale white, picked clean entirely of any flesh, or as you suspect, more likely burned off with acid.
Mm.
In the room to your west, you can see, picking up your lantern again, Acrio, and Amrita's eyes cutting through the dark. There's this, from the angle, all you can see this painted spiral on the ground with this glimmering purple stone directly in the center. And from your angle, you can see a woman, likely mid-20s, possibly 30, laying on the ground in a pool of dried blood, face down.
Should we take a look at that woman over there?
This looks like could be a trap. Who knows? But anyway, this looks like this is taking us the same direction or around.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Amrita, looking through the larger area that's a little further south, up these bit of stairs, you can see several of those flower arrangements with candles on the dais and the stairs with skulls quite a ways of distance away, but you can see the light glowing from them, and it seems as though you have made a loop back to the lower area of the first entryway you had approached.
What did we
This is taking us in circles. This looks exactly the same way of where we came in,
Okay,
where it's
okay.
connected.
We just won't go that way. We've got other avenues to take. I'll go up here.
I will follow behind him.
Acrio, stepping around the corner, you can see that there's a second woman dead on the ground.
So,
You know, both of them
immediately
fully
left.
clothed. You can see there are two statues in the corners, kind of the north corners of the room, though it is kind of natural stone shape, not hewn or blocked at all. But these statues both show women nursing children in different poses.
I don't like why there's so many of these statues.
Is this witch trying to bring back something she lost or a child? I don't know. But
I'll
either way, it's
inspect.
still not right.
Not giving us a lot of reasons to not kill her, that's for sure. I'll check the bodies, see if they're.
You can see that they have both been disemboweled, their guts torn open.
Is there a way to discern how long their bodies have been there for?
Based on the smell, several days.
Yeah, Acrio's not staying there for a while. He doesn't like that smell.
Yeah, no. Rita feels like she's gonna throw up at the smell of it.
We've got other avenues to take. We didn't miss anything behind us, right?
Well, we still haven't been able to open that stone door back there, but I don't know if there's any other doors in here. Does it look like there's any doors or a way
keep
down
going
here?
Let's keep going this way.
Not doors. This is a very large, open cavern crossing over the bones. The only direction that you can see to exit this area is either through the room with the two women or back to the main kind of atrium where you had not descended originally, where the stairs lead down.
Is there anything down here when I take a peek?
Bones.
Okay, so that
Alright,
goes.
so-
Okay, I guess we're going back into the main area. Fuck.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
Where
try and
didn't
go
we-
the other way.
We didn't go all the way up the stairs, I don't think.
Yeah, we didn't go all the way up
No,
the
you
stairs.
didn't
so-
go all the way down the stairs.
Oh, all the way
You
down. the
stopped
stairs.
on that. You stopped on that
What?
little platform about 30 feet down the stairs, and then went through that door. And you've never been in this atrium yet. You've seen it from above, but you've not actually been down here.
And then this would go up. Okay.
Yeah, this would go back up. Like you can see like 60 feet up over here, that sheer wall, but you can see the skull lanterns leading to the exit to this
Okay.
dungeon.
But we
Coming
have
down,
to-
you can start to see more of these like glyphs on the ground and these tables with wrapped up bodies strapped down with leather buckles to them. To the
I don't
north,
know.
there is these small raised stone kind of dais, whatever plural of dais is, ex machina. One of which has a sarcophagus on it with the lid kind of like shifted off into the side.
Out of character, I don't know if maybe the witch is attempting to bring somebody back, maybe, or what, or she's just trying to just fuck around and who knows what.
Fuck around and find
Okay.
out.
Skin
So-
witch.
Oh wait, yeah, skin
Needs-
witch. Never
needs
mind,
skin.
I forgot.
We've been over here.
Oh, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Do we know where these stairs lead?
You do. So this right here is like a large earth pillar, like just stone that goes from floor to ceiling. The
Yeah.
stairs just wrap around it. They go up and around and back up to the higher point and then out. And then these stairs also lead down to basically the same place, just at a steeper incline. And there's a door over here on the north side, and there is a passage with some stairs going down over to the northeast, which if you're
All right.
approaching that way, I will need you to make a stealth check.
Okay.
All right.
That is at disadvantage.
I can
Uh-oh.
go first then.
Right, you fuck it.
since I might have a chance. Not disadvantage, so.
Wouldn't it be better for you to be behind me? Because my loud ass will be stumbling in behind you and give you away.
Maybe. Yeah. Here, then we'll do that.
Depends on
then.
if she wants to scout it before you.
Yeah.
I don't
You
know
go
this. No,
first,
we've
you
been
go.
looking for her for too long. Let's just go ahead and just look for any traps, I guess, as we
Alright.
descend, maybe.
Let's do this.
Yes.
So you're just barging in.
Barging in vote. Who votes yes on barging in?
I mean, why the fuck not?
Nope. Okay, we're doing stealth.
All right,
Everybody-
let's just. All right,
we're
just
doing
attempt stealth, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, if the stealth goes
'Cause
wrong,
it's a
then
gr-
we
yeah.
barge.
Yeah, because it's a group stealth.
7.
So
Mm-hmm.
20.
Mm-hmm.
If the stealth
So-
goes wrong, then fuck it, we're barging.
Nice.
Hey.
Fuck it, we're barging. We'll make the,
We just need
tiebreaker.
one more good one.
Killian! Killian! Tiebreaker!
Acrio has to be pretty quiet and like lower the hood on the lantern somewhat to not be shining light just like everywhere. However, the combined efforts of the group allow you to sneak in relatively unnoticed.
Trying to figure out how far we'd be able to go to
How
sneak.
about we say the people that did better on stealth are ahead of the people that did bad on stealth? So
All right.
I
In
agree
that
with
case-
that.
Asuriel and Amrita,
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Cillian are ahead of.
Probably stick a surreal in the middle or something.
Yeah.
I'm behind
Whatever.
you and Cillian.
As you're scouting ahead, Amrita, you come into this room, you find a large dead tree that had grown out of the ground, probably, or maybe been transplanted, but most likely grown at some point and is now old, destroyed, rotten, completely void of life. Several enclaves have more of these tombs, and you approach the side of the tree, kind of like with your back to the trunk to hide. One of them has light, and you peer around and you see this deformed, hunched looking creature, possibly was human at one point, over a sarcophagus, but atop it is a humanoid form. Looks very not healthy at all, and there are like ropes on it, and you're not entirely sure what this thing is doing to it,
Oh Jesus.
as there's just like these weird
Familiar.
whispers,
yes.
and it's not chanting, it's more like mumbling to oneself in kind of a crazed fashion.
Do we attack it or
I-
leave it
wait,
Feels
wait,
the irritation
wait,
pulling
wait.
at her. Is that it? It just looks like it's looking over something.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to tell exactly what it's doing, but she is mumbling to herself, just kind of like crazed whispers. You can't make out any of them. Nothing clear enough to determine.
Wanna get a sneak attack off on it, charge it, and kill it?
Can
Acrio whispers.
Am I able to move right here because I'm still behind the tree?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, can we get Cillian and Amrita getting a sneak attack murder death?
Yeah, Cillian won't be able to get close enough to attack without disadvantage because of the range of his needles. So
Yeah, but I should be fine though.
The two of you can prepare attacks.
Okay, throw a firebolt at it too, from a distance.
Firebolt is verbal components.
Yeah, well, shit.
So, I mean, you can, but you'll alert it more quickly.
Never mind then. Fuck that.
So, yeah.
Of course, the one time I roll well for initiative is this time, which means this is going to go very badly.
I'm gonna go see if there's any shitty Pop Tarts.
Do that. As the
Sorry.
surprise attacks are launched, you are hidden, so you would have advantage. Cillian's is canceled out. Normal roll. Are you activating your Crimson Right on the bow, or are you leaving that on the sword for now?
I'll leave it on the sword for now.
Both of you hidden behind this tree. You kind of peek out, draw the string of your bow back. You hear that, like, tightening. Cillian prepares, pulls out one of his needles. It's long range for him, so it's a difficult shot. Trying to line it up. You loose your arrow. It thunks directly in this creature's back. You hear this screeching. The needle flies, but with a 16, he will miss. With this sneak attack launched, unfortunately, the sneak attacker unable to connect. Lorelei, you were the first to react to all of this.
Shit, right, yeah. I can't even see what he's throwing at, can I? Do we think this is it? Do we think this is the witch?
Somehow doubt it.
Shim, shim, shim. Can I see it now? Or is it still? Is that tree? Is that like tree in the way? Or is that like
if you can see it, then you can see it.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if this was like a big tree or something.
I mean, it is a big tree, but you can kind of see around it from your angle.
Okay, cool.
From this angle, it does have half cover against like a ranged attack. If it can benefit from cover, because I don't think Sacred Flame can, but depending on what
Sacred Flame ignores cover, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do Sacred Flame. I'm going to do something different, and I'm going to cast Hinder. Then yeah, it has to make a Strength saving throw. Come on!
These like
Not
wisps
nice.
of darkness that kind of trail out from beneath your skirts and like shadowy hands start pulling down. You see this weird hunched figure just start swiping at them with her hands and battering them back. Far stronger than you would have expected from this misshapen form.
Okay. Stay where I am. I'm going to stay where I am.
Asuriel.
I was thinking of backing up, but then I realized that would put me behind Asuriel, and I don't think I should do that.
Help! I'm gonna throw another firebolt at it.
Well, look at that.
Counter spell.
Counter spell.
Stepping around this tree, launching a firebolt right into this thing's like massive mouth. It like chomps down on the fire, but burns extensively for 2 points of damage.
And I'm just gonna hide behind Lorelei again.
Good decision, Acrio. You're up.
Right to the front line. I really don't want to be here, and Acrio is like everybody can see that shield, that shield arm shaking from behind the pauldron as he stands there with his hammer out. And I will spend my last scorching ray just to blast it in the face.
Does not hit, unfortunately. Just this weird, it's human-like hand, but like arms that are thicker at the base and like long claw-like fingernails just slap that bit of fire out of the air, like rub it against the wall.
I'm horrified.
I am not a fan. I'm not a fan of this
You're not
circumstance.
You're blocked slightly, Amrita, and also muted. But
Sorry.
a little bit of cover from this angle. However, you've got enough space to change position if you need to.
Alright, I will do that. Okay, yeah, she's just gonna quickly run in there and just like look over at the others and Acrio. It's like, I'm gonna try and see if I can block in. And she will go ahead and transform.
As she's running around this tree past Acrio, you see the shadow of her growing as the form extends and claws out of your hands, a tail from behind you, werewolf snout covered in black fur, and you're going to make a claw attack against this weird witch creature.
Yes.
That is just enough to hit.
Lorelei watches on in concern.
Amrita, as you're approaching and getting up, trying to block this creature, you can now see in this candlelight, claws ripping through as she shrieks again. The thing that's on this sarcophagus just tied down with ropes, and it is horrifying. It is this naked, what was probably male at one time, humanoid type creature. Ears that are long and twisted and pointed, eyes that are glowing red, long fangs, its rib cage just protruding out of gaunt flesh, long claws at the end of its fingers. And it appears that they have captured a blood-starved and feral vampire.
What the hell have you been doing down here?
And at the top of Fulg's turn, she will use her claws to just rip through the ropes.
Oh no.
This creature, unbound, seeks out any form of blood that it can.
Hey Jake, if something tries to aim for my neck, does it have disadvantage because of the color?
Potentially. We'll say potentially. However, this thing's first going to go for one against Fulg and one against Amrita. Both claw
sick,
attacks
it's turning
trying
on
to
its own.
draw some blood.
Nice.
Good thing I have my
Boom
endurance.
and boom.
And my AC would be 18 now, I think.
Well, okay, that was not supposed to be to the GM. Rolled a nat 20 against Fulg and a 25 against Amrita.
Not 20 on it, so
Mhm.
get.
Better Foog than me.
If that vampire decapitates this creature, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
That would be hilarious.
That would be really funny. The mini boss defeated by its own underling.
Yeah.
Cool. That's against Fulg. And Amrita, you also 8 slashing damage.
Is that with resistance as well?
You are resistant, so you would take 4 points of slashing damage.
Ah.
And what's your HP maximum?
42.
Okay, so you are still slightly above bloodied.
Yeah, I'm at 22.
It does
now.
draw some amount of blood, which as soon as blood pours from the both of you, you see this creature just start to like lick it up off of its claws and off of the sarcophagus where it's splattered on the walls. And Lorelei, you kind of hear all of this going down from the other side of the room.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up and. Okay, this is a mess. This is all a mess. Yeah, it doesn't benefit from cover, so I'm gonna Sacred Flame on the feral vampire.
It will very quickly dodge out of the way of that flame, sacred though it may be. Asuriel, how are you reacting to all of this?
Well, she doesn't see what's on the other side of that tree, but just gonna keep poking her head out there.
One that
And can she throw another firebolt at that thing?
Which one? Which thing? There's 2 of them now.
The
Got
fuel low.
Yes, you may.
All right, let's try this.
Nice.
For the last time.
Getting very annoyed with all this fire.
No, just get her the fuck away again.
Cillian, who you almost bump into as you're running away, will shift behind you and within enough view, getting close enough that he can throw one of his needles at this weird hunched creature with Amrita nearby.
Very good.
Foog, this hunchback witch mutant thing, is bloodied.
Hey.
Acrio, you're up.
Move into position.
You can see You can see the vampire starts to like lick up and drink as much of the blood pouring out of this witch as it possibly can.
Gross.
Mm.
Yeah, I got nothing else. I'm gonna slap it with a nope. I don't know if it's worth spending my last second level on a spiritual weapon.
I think we're doing okay for now. Might be worth holding on to it.
Yeah, no, I need it later.
And this vampire that bit into her, she will swipe at it with her claw. Is it worth it on the hemocraft? Not right now. So swipe. Oh shit!
How many nat 20s have you rolled today?
Several. Go ahead and roll another 20.
Wow.
Holy crap!
Roll your damage twice, add them together, normal crit style.
Normal crit
Still
style.
pretty good. So you do see, despite being a rather critical hit, the flesh of this thing is resistant to non-magical attacks. So it rips through, but leathery type skin isn't damaged quite as much as you were hoping for. And you do have a bonus action claw attack if you would so choose to use it.
Yep, might as well.
Is that on the vampire or on Flow?
Oh,
Unfortunately, that does not hit either.
oh, okay. Well,
Sadly.
I guess it doesn't matter.
Very sad.
Claws ripping into this vampire, only one of which is able to connect, and the skin tears slightly, but not nearly enough. This hunched creature, once probably a human woman, you hear her start to whisper this chanting dark magic, and her hunch starts to get even bigger. She starts to transform similarly to the way you've seen Amrita, but her body gets even bigger and bigger until she is the shape of this gigantic black covered bear, pushing both of you back in that space.
Oh, we found the bear. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is this the skin witch?
Is this the skin witch?
That that I'm
Yeah.
not sure about. The bear
I feel
thing
like
was
it's that
"Ah."
motherless Shira that kid was on about.
Yeah, because this is
Yeah.
not.
As that is her
Yeah.
action. All she is going to do is try to push through you guys. You can both make athletics checks to try to stop that from happening if you want to try to hold her in place.
Yes. Oh, please.
Ooh, Acrio.
25. Nope.
Yeah, with a 13, Acrio just shield up this bear's paws coming down, slamming against him. You almost knock to your knee, but you push back and fight back this massive bear, keeping it pinned in the corner. However,
We don't
this
get dynamic
vampire-
maps. We keep them in the
Because-
corner.
because in her transformation, like a wild shape, regains all of the hit points of the creature that she has become, no longer bleeding. You see this vampire just hands on the wall, crawls up the wall over the ceiling into the branches of the trees, and
Oh, no.
descends onto Cillian.
Okay.
Wait, not okay.
I thought it was gonna go for Asuriel then.
He's going to try to grapple. It is an attack for the vampires. If they hit, it is effectively grappled.
Yeah.
You see him leap down through the trees, arms clutched around Cillian, knocks him almost to the ground. He's just barely standing as its teeth are going to attempt to sink into Cillian's neck.
I can imagine Cillian trying to seduce this vampire
Yeah.
right now, and it's not going well.
Because I knew all that shit.
Pushes it off quickly as possible, still grappled, but able to get like his leather bracer in the teeth as its fangs are going for him, and he is not devoured. Lorelei.
Do I know if my Moonsilver Flail has spicy effect on vampires or no?
You do not know for sure.
In that case, I'm just going to Sacred Flame it, because I can do that.
Dex save.
1! Yay!
Take one radiant damage.
Not the one time. They've failed quite a few times.
Well, this vampire hasn't until now, but
yeah. But I'm just gonna stay
Black
on this
Pudding
other side.
Yeah, Asuriel, you are dripping with blood watching a vampire attack Cillian.
I'm sad, honestly, because I had Gleam, and I could have make it fuck off.
If it hadn't, bitten and killed you first.
Completely destroyed you.
Yeah.
No, actually, I would have done. The moment he grapples me, I can do that.
Yeah, but then it can still bite you.
Yeah, it'll be like, delicious.
Well,
It's like, oh, I don't have.
Ooh, it's got a bit of extra spice to it.
So, the way the vampire's bite works, it has to either be a willing creature or a creature that is grappled, incapacitated, or restrained. So if the gleam causes it to not be able to grapple, it actually cannot bite.
Oh.
It would
So
cause
that's
it
a fun
to
little
drop its
thing.
grapple.
Yeah, so that actually would be very useful, but not what it did in this instance.
So instead, I'm gonna mind sliver it. So that is
Okay.
an intelligence saving throw.
I don't
Yes.
think it's very smart.
It is
Yay!
feral AF.
Okay, mind sliver.
Very much.
Yeah, Cillian's, I mean, his first instinct is try to break this grapple because he does not want to be in this situation. DC 13. Yeah, he's just gonna worm his way out of that situation. And he'll make a bonus action to try to hide.
Cool.
Hiding in the
Cillian's somewhere,
shadows.
but you don't know where.
Hiding with
Fucking
my
out, Cillian.
ancestors.
Just use your scissors. Stop being a little bitch.
I look around the vampires like, Cillian?
Cillian, you find him in a corner holding his scissors crying. I just wanted to be a barber, man. I didn't want this life. It's time.
I can't move into this space, and no, that's way too close. But it can't move forward at all. I'm in
Yeah,
range
you're
of it.
within melee.
Okay. Yeah, so me and Amrita,
I think
the
it's-
boys, keeping
The
the bear in
bulwark.
the corner. I'm gonna cast Searing Smite on my weapon. So I will use a first level spell, finally. And I will...
Bring down the hammer.
Yeah, and it ignites into flames. At the start of each of its turns until the spell ends, the target must make a con save or take another 1d6.
More fire than you guys have ever seen from this hammer. It just engulfed in flames, arcing over his head. It smashes into the bear, who reels back, grunting and roaring. As Amrita, you're up next.
She revolted and cast her Rite of Flame on her claws. It
Down
kind
the
of
double, the bulwark of flame right now.
Yeah, like, well, Acrio, I imagine him with his own, like, freaking hammer and stuff, like, Amrita's forearms and, like, the claws and, like, her eyes and the glow, just, like, just, like, loud, like, just yell and everything.
I cast Wall of Fire. Wait, what? And
Yes.
it's just, I put Acrio and Amrita there.
1, 2, 3.
Emo
Right.
building.
Yes.
Which means that you all can see that Amrita is now bleeding rather profusely.
Oh wait, shit, right.
That is a
Never mind.
bonus action to ignite the crimson. So yes, one hit. Ooh,
Yep.
nice.
Oh.
Also, Jake, take 2 HP away from the vampire. Salty forgot about her being bloodied.
Yep, I did.
Gotcha. Done. 16 damage.
Ooh.
Yeah, the bear is now bleeding pretty bad. As
Con save.
black bear form of Foog is up. Con save, you say?
Con save. Ooh.
No!
Okay, I am no longer concentrating on it,
Damn.
which is good. It does not take 1d6 damage. I don't know if 1d6 was worth a whole spell slot, but you know what?
It looked cool.
It looked really cool.
Bloodied bear. Gonna bring a claw down onto Amrita. and attempt to bite through Acrio's shield.
The impenetrable wall.
The shield still stands. Claws against Amrita. You will be resistant to this. So you take 7 points of slashing damage.
Oh yeah, I'm really bleeding. Does that mean I have to make a save? Also, my werewolf form.
At the beginning of your turn, yes. Yeah, what's going through Lorelei's mind right now?
She's thinking like, shit, I should have warned them. I should have warned them. I should have said something. Damn it!
As you process that, this vampire loses track of Cillian and will immediately turn to Lorelei.
You're a lot more ugly up close.
Gonna soften you up a little bit with a couple claw attacks.
Yeah. That is gonna soften me up a little bit.
Into soft serve ice cream.
Oh.
You're gonna take 19 points of slashing damage.
Yikes. Yeah, I'm bloodied.
I'm terrified.
I'm
As this-
maxing that right.
Vampire that has barely been damaged at all physically with Amrita's claws. Fire and mind magic against it from Asuriel. Top of the round, Lorelei. That's where we're going to drop the curtain on this week's session.
No, you son of a bitch! No!